I think we're live. Are we live? Can anybody hear me talking? I've been dealing with all kinds of technical issues. What up? Luke said, what's up? I got to get rid of this. There we go. Tadao. Are we live? Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right. Play Action's going to be joining us any second. Play Action. Just hit that button, buddy, and I'll bring you right in here. Here we go. We're doing it. I got my shirt. We're doing it live tonight. We got a big show coming up here. How's that music? Can you guys hear the music? I'm working out the audio issues. Can you hear the music?
Perfectly clear.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking good.
How you doing, man?
Very well. And yourself? Oh, you looking good. I know that.
Well, I'm doing it live, buddy.
Doing it live.
Doing it live. And look at you. You look like a truck driver, man. You look like you just got off the rig.
Yeah, I feel like it.
What's going on? What's going on in Arizona? Is it still 110?
Oh no, man! Actually, we start feeling those nighttime temperatures drop a little bit, and the monsoon, like we usually get, just stayed off a little later than normal. So that's kind of our cooling, in the middle of it all. But it just started late, so finally today, 99 degrees, and like for an Arizona person, a valley, that's like glorious 90s, and we're like, thank you, finally.
I'm praying for 80s here, like consistent 80s. A couple mornings I got up early and it was in the 70s. And I was like, oh, yes.
Yeah. But
then it's boil an egg on your top of your shoe, by 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And your humidity and everything. I mean, that's another thing. Like, you guys didn't get the hurricane season. Like,
whoa.
Well, I know you got the big one, but just not like
right now. Right now is prime hurricane season. I think it's the September 10th is the height of hurricane season. It doesn't end until I think December 1st.
Whoa! All right.
Yeah. So you just put the kibosh on us, buddy. I don't like that.
All right. Sorry. I better knock on a bunch of wood. That's no good. So, and I've lived through hurricanes. There's no joke.
Not at all. Did you see this news that broke today about A-Rod?
Come on. Yeah, I did.
So A-Rod has tried to refresh his brand, and he's on Fox and he's on ESPN, and I think he's I can't stand listening to him.
Yeah,
I can't stand the lisp that he talks with. It drives me absolutely bananas. And, he's redone his image and the whole thing with J-Lo. But then it came out today that A-Rod, who took steroids, lied about taking steroids, threatened to sue the Yankees, Major League Baseball, the Players Association, everyone. Well, it turns out that the feds brought him in and gave him what they call a grandma, I think, deal for 1 day, where it's basically you can say anything that's on your mind and we won't press charges. You won't be implicating yourself. And he ratted out a whole bunch of other players. He ratted out Big Papi. He ratted out what's his name, Ryan Braun, and he
Manny.
Manny. That's who it was. Not Big Papi. It was Manny. That's right. Manny. He ratted out.
Yeah. How
do you feel about that?
Here's the thing. It's like, what is this, like witness protection or something like that? If I spill some beans, you guys aren't gonna, is that what that means? It's like he's getting a little detailed. He's like going back in the day, like those 2014 days, like the creams and the gummies and the human, like, whoa, let sleeping dogs lie, bro. Like all this stuff is in the past. And I don't think he's just going to make himself look worse. That's all he's doing. It's starting already. So.
Yeah. And he threw his cousin under the bus.
What are you doing?
That was bad. I got to. So
he's always had a mouth on him, talking crap about Jeter even before then next thing you know, he's playing with Jeter, like foot and mouth. That's all this guy does. He's just like foot and mouth guy. He says something and later on, and everybody loves him for some reason.
I never liked him.
Yeah. So, okay, well, if you did like him, and let's say take steroids away, Mariners, were you a Mariners guy or the Rangers or A-Rod with the Yankees? What would you prefer?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. The our first guest is having issues getting on, so I just sent. We have a producer tonight. We have a producer and we have a moderator. So we got a staff going on here, man. Let me see here.
Better act right.
Let me just text him back here.
Duncan Dad's like, he makes Pete Rose look like an angel. Well, you know, and it's pretty sad because we know A-Rod probably has a better chance getting a haul than Pete the way it's going.
Yeah, and so here's the story. Here's how I feel. Bonds in. Pete Rose definitely in. I'd even put Manny Ramirez in. I would not put A-Rod in because rats don't get in.
Like Andy Pettit. Remember when he just came out and said, yeah, okay, I did it. And everybody loved him. And matter of fact, nobody talks about him. Nobody says anything. And he's not up for the Hall of Fame. I mean, but he could be. Clemens was more of like a douchebag, but I think he gets in the Hall of Fame, But when you just come out and admit it, hey, I did wrong, I'm sorry, everybody would be like, okay, yeah, we know you did it, just admit it.
Yeah, I'm fully for Andy Pettit getting in the Hall of Fame. Andy Pettit was a huge, big game pitcher. Andy Pettit's just a good guy. Yeah. And Andy Pettit and you're a Texas guy. Andy Pettit's a Texas guy. Mm-hmm. Andy Pettit said he took HGH one time for a couple of days to recover from an injury. And Andy Pettit's a devout Christian. And I mean, he's legit, man.
He's doing great things for veterans right now too, Andy Pettit.
Is he really?
Yeah, you look into what he does. It's not Tunnel for Towers or anything. It's a different offshoot, and he's helping veterans. So helping those guys get in their feet. Like you said, he's a Christian. He's an all-around stand-up guy, and that just tells you, hey, he's honest. He's going to tell you what's up. That guy walks in. A-Rod, he's been running his mouth since he was on the Rangers. I don't know how he was with the Mariners, but he didn't have any clout with the Mariners. Randy Johnson would shut him down or whatever, but Jay Buhner.
I have zero respect for A-Rod, period. And truthfully, him being engaged and dating J-Lo made me even have less respect for him than I had before that. So
definitely, he's done. I don't know if he's going to stay on that Fox. What is it? He's on Fox or whatever.
He's on Fox. He's all ESPN.
He's great when he's surrounded by everybody. Like they had what was it? I want to say it was the All-Star break. They had the three of them. They had him all in the front row. It was Big Papi and I can't remember. Oh, Jeter. Actually, Jeter was there. And when he's surrounded by everybody else, it's like, okay, great. Spotlight's off him and he doesn't talk as much. That's great. You keep him like that. But when it's just him and the announcer, you can have it. Mute time.
Yeah, did you see when Big Papi gave Jeter the gift? It was Jeter's birthday.
Was it No, what exactly was that?
It was a Red Sox jersey with a number 2 that said Jeter on the back.
That's right, and he kind of put it off to the side.
He threw it. It's
like, yeah. That's right. That was a post game, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't see it live. I just saw the clips after the fact. So
I think it was because they're out in the field in their little booth and stuff. So, but that's cool, man. After all these years, they could joke about it. But A-Rod bringing stuff up from the past like that, he's going to make more enemies.
Yeah, if this wasn't a PG-13 show, I would really lay into A-Rod right here and tell you how I really feel about him. But kids like to watch the show now. So.
You could be like John from Mayfair. He wants to meet LeBron at the corner of such and such and such, and and he goes, he'd probably beat my rear, but I'm like, all right, hey, just go ahead.
Yeah, LeBron would definitely kick his ass. There's no doubt about that. So, all right. So this is crazy cool. You ready? We're going to bring on a guest here, and this is pretty awesome. So and I believe so. We've interviewed everyone from Vegas performers, Carrot Top on Radio Row. Right. Major League Baseball players, NFL baseball, and not NFL baseball, NFL football players. I think this is our first active Division I college athlete that we've interviewed. So there's gonna be, and he's a Texas guy, just like you.
Yes.
But he's migrated here to Florida, so we're gonna have to find out why.
I know.
So anybody and everybody that's following us, and he should pop up here in a second. He's in typical no filter fashion. He's having some issues here logging on. So
it's all good.
I know it is all good.
We got it. We got you. We'll hold it down.
So let me set up. So we've been covering the FAU Owls a lot. I mean, we've been at both home games so far. We've probably put out 4 or 5 articles so far. The first game was absolutely fantastic, except for the time. And I'm going to have to ask Jarron if he can help speed the game up a little bit for me, because 4.5 hours is a long time. There he is. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Thank
Congrats. So sorry about the technical difficulties, man. It just wouldn't be fun if we don't make it hard for people.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That was on my end. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
It probably wasn't on your end, but so let me see here. I got a clip because I was getting ready to intro you, and we popped on. Let me see if this clip works. Let's see here. No, the clip's not working. I got a blank screen, so everybody else has got a blank screen too.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I had a clip of you the other day with that was the play of the game for you guys, obviously, the pick six, and it was a perfect clip of you picking the ball off, went off the receiver's hands, and you were just, man, you flew down 72 yards, touchdown, but that's not your longest touchdown ever, I learned, huh?
How you find that out?
I do a little bit of research about you. I know a little bit. What was your longest was wire to wire, wasn't it? 100 yards?
Oh,
Sir, yes, sir. I went the distance.
Was it an interception though, or was it a run back on a kick?
No, it was an interception.
Nice. How tired were you at the end? When you got into the other end zone, do you feel like, oh my goodness? I know that you're young and you're a conditioned athlete, and I get it, but still, man, sprinting down the sideline. And did you Deion Sanders high step at any point? I thought you were going to do it.
No Heisman, nothing like that.
I can't do that. That's not my training. I was taught chin the ball. If I do that, Coach Herman, nah, we can't do that.
Exactly.
So how did it feel the other night? First off, on the pick six, were you pumped? I mean, you guys were jazzed. At that point, you guys went up 10-0, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
it was exciting. It was especially to get something going, try to spark some momentum for the team and everything, just to, try to bring that energy. So, and we was battling at that point, so we was trying to make something happen.
What was the difference? And obviously, the caliber of competition was a big difference between game one and game two. But and I get it's not your side of the ball, but there was no run game at all with you guys. And I know I've seen Coach Herman's quotes in his press conference since the game about the run game. But how frustrating is it for not just the other night, but as a football player, when you're on a defensive side of the ball and you guys are kicking ass and the offense just doesn't get rolling? Does that get frustrating sometimes?
It's just more so, it's just complimenting the football. We just got to do better playing more of one of another, so we can do more. And it wasn't on the offense. Like, we got to do better jobs of helping get the ball on that side of the field to keep them in a better position, to help them out and things. So it's all aspects of the game, special teams too. So, it wasn't just on the offense. So I don't want to do that to them guys, man, because we practice hard.
I'm not pointing them out. I'm just asking. I was a baseball player, and I know you were a baseball player too, and you were a track star, and the only thing you didn't play was hockey, pretty much from my research. But did you play hockey?
Nah, I wish, though. I wish I could. I probably could learn it and master
it.
Oh,
yeah.
Was football your favorite sport when you were in high school, or was that the sport you were the best at? Why did you choose football over the other ones? Because from what I read, you were pretty good at everything you did.
It's in the family. It started from my dad, then it just traveled on down. All three of my brothers play football, so it was just in me, just to watch them to do it and just to learn from them and just to get better.
All right, but you didn't answer the one. Was it your favorite sport or no?
Favorite? Oh, I loved it. Like, I wish I could have loved baseball more though, because that's where the money at. But it's just something about football that, just bring that excitement out of me. Like, it brings me to another level, and I can just go out there and be myself.
Well, you look like you were having fun the other night, man.
You do. You look like you're having a blast. And now, Jarron, I had a question. Were you a transfer for? I want to say I did a little research. Or you? Am I wrong saying that? Or did you come from Texas State? Is that right? Or
yes, sir. That's where I transferred from. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And also like Tom Herman. Like I want to say he came from. Wasn't it like University of Houston or something? So you got a little. Like I'm saying, you probably got a connection. What is a connection? Is he one of like a rah kind of coach? What's it like?
When he gotta be, Coach Herman, a great coach. He try to bring out the best of us, bring it out. He really bring it out of me, because I could say, like, from when I got here from Texas State to FAU, like, the competition and the culture level was way different. So, and I could say when I came in, it was easy for me to be bought into the culture and everything as far as what Coach Herman have going on. So if he got to dig into you, he'll dig into you to bring it out of you. Bro. That's because he loves you.
Right.
Yeah.
How, Dad, I'm sorry.
No, and I hear some good stories. He brings it, and it's because from last year, you guys are, it was like 5-7, 4-4 in the conference. So definitely got to build on that, and you got some, I'm sure AJ's gonna cover here in a second, but the 3 games you got coming up, I'm super excited for. Yeah. I will be there in attendance if I could. Clemson, is that right? Coming up?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
How upset were you that you were not involved in that photo shoot today, or were you involved in it with the white helmets and the white jerseys and the private plane? Because it looked good. I had to check. I'm like, who is that? I had to check the number, but it wasn't you. One number off.
Yeah, it did look good. I did wish it could have been me, but I ain't feel no type of way about it though. Long as we all gonna look good in the uniform anyway, so it don't matter.
How
look
are
good,
you?
Play good.
How are you liking Florida?
Oh, I love it down here though. I actually think it's more hotter here than it is in Texas. Like the practices out here you got to go through it. So, but I love it though, and it's the palm trees that made me fall in love with it when I came out here.
What do you mean paradise?
Yes.
Yeah, paradise. It is paradise. I'm not gonna lie. It's so beautiful.
Did anybody take you to the roof and show you the ocean? Because that's Coach Ed took us up to took me and
the roof
of the stadium up above the press box, all the way up. If you go on the roof. And you look out, you can see the ocean from there. Nobody took, because they didn't recruit you, did they? You transferred in. I guess when you were in high school.
Okay.
They didn't recruit me. Yeah. I did transfer in.
Why'd you come over here? Was it because of Coach Herman? Were you before? Because you guys both came in right around the same time, right? It was November-ish of last year. You went into the portal anyway then.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yeah, the Coach Herman. And then once we ended up getting in contact when I got in the portal and everything. It was just took off from there, and it was just a good spot. Everything came up, got to see the place and everything. So, and like I said, because I came up and it was like like I want to be a part of this.
So everyone that I've spoken to at FAU, from Miss Katrina to other coaches and some players that were around last year on the team, said that the culture is just so unbelievably dramatically different. And I was blown away because before the first game, we got a little behind the scenes tour, just because it pays to know somebody. Mm-hmm. And to see the facilities first of all that you guys have, that seems. Did you have the same sort of physical therapy facilities over in Texas, and the locker room and the training, the nutrition? I mean, I was blown away. You guys have the nutritionist, and after practice, there were the smoothies or the shakes, and they had everybody's name. Like, the girl knows what you need if you lose weight, gain weight. What do they do? Are they putting you through like a whole panel medically? And really on top of your nutrition? That's a lot of questions I just asked you all at once.
Nah.
Because it seems first class, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's a big upgrade, especially coming from Texas State. You know, because they was once FCS and they had just moved up. So coming over here, a program that's like kind of been established a little longer than Texas State, it was a pretty good upgrade. And shout out to Miss Addie though, because Miss Addie do get us right. That's the nutrition.
Oh, how about that?
She a beast. She do her thing. So and she done packed a lot of weight on me since I done came in. I done put on some muscle since I came from Texas State. So I'm loving it. I'm loving everything they got to offer. And like you said about the culture, it's a different one. I could say I haven't been a part of something like this since like high school, like as far as a brotherhood, and it's just a good thing to be around. You know, like once when I first came in, it was like they took me under, showed me the route, like this is how you do things around here, and I've been following, I've been bought in ever since.
Now, how do you off of football for a second? Florida girls against Texas girls.
Oh, take it easy, man.
I'm gonna put them on the spot. I got.
Oh man, you know I'm from
Can't do
Texas,
that.
so let's take it easy.
Are you married?
I'm married.
There you go. That good man.
That's
Seriously married.
You got
I
it.
did not know that, man, or else I would not have asked.
Well, I mean, he's not dead. He can look, but he's not going to advertise it. Okay, he's a gentleman. Yeah.
So how do you feel fan support? Because look, I'm not going to lie to you. All right, a year ago, I couldn't stand college football. I didn't like it. My buddy said, "No, you got to watch college football. You got to get into it." I'm a big sports guy, but I'm from the Northeast. Or I'm from New York, New Jersey. College football is just not a big thing. You go for your pro sports. And so I watched it was like New Year's. It was Florida State. And it was like the longest quarter of my life. And I'm like, oh, I can't watch this. And then, it came about that we got media credentials at FAU and we'd be covering the games and on the sidelines, press box. And I said, all right, I'm going to learn about college football. It's exciting. I do think, man, with these TV timeouts, do you guys feel how long these actual games are? I know it's on a clock, but with the TV timeouts, does that drive you guys nuts? It's like, I just want to get back out there and play, or are you going to need those TV timeouts?
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes, like, I do feel that way, though, majority of the time. Like, man, TV timeouts dragging the game. I just want to get back on the field. But it helped, though, especially when the team going fast or the defense need a break. That'd be the only time it come into play. But I feel like they should cut a little bit more TV timeouts out, though, because the games do be long.
It's long. It's like 4.5. And then you had to rain our weather delay last Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
How does that affect the team when you have a weather delay, and how does that affect you personally? Because I'm going to guess that you have sort of like, you've been doing this a long time, so you've got like a pre-game sort of ritual from the time you wake up on game day, I'm guessing, all the way through the kickoff. Am I right?
Yeah, you could say that, though. I used to be more of a superstitious guy, but as I got older and stuff, I learned that them things probably don't work like that. So I just try to just go out there and play. So I don't really try to let too much affect me. Because, like I said, I've been doing it a long time, so I feel like for me, it's easy to translate, oh, it's game time, let's go get ready and play. But, like, to some people, it may be hard for them to lock in. Like you said, they might need that pregame routine and everything to get that groove going. So, for the people who do need that, though, I understand, though, because I used to be that same way, but you don't need it.
The weather delay, though, did that affect you? Does that affect the team when you got to sit around and wait 30 minutes longer?
Yeah, I feel like it kind of did, though, because I feel like we came out flat a little bit, you know what I'm saying, regards to coming out how we did the first game. But so I hate that it did, but I don't like saying stuff like that because I feel like that's making excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there you go.
I'd like to take it to the chin and focus on the next game, but I can't say it did play a part, though, because I feel like we came out flatter than like we should have came out running. But I do agree, though.
Yeah, right, that's good attitude.
So Clemson this week, is this a game that, this is a game that everyone that I've been around has been talking about since the schedule came out for FAU. Clemson week 3, what's it going to be like? Can Herman's crew take? And then after Clemson got beat by Duke the first week, it was like, oh my goodness, after week 1, you guys rolled, they got rolled. It's like, oh my goodness, man, the Owls they're gonna go in there and kick some serious ass in Clemson.
I hope so.
And then week 2, it kind of shifted a little bit. Where are you guys at mentally going into this game? What's the team like? What's the vibe like? What's practice like? And when do you hit the road?
Practice vibe, same thing, don't change. We just know, like we said, the biggest thing with Ohio, we beat ourselves. We feel like we was playing. Well, not feel like, we know we was playing against 2 people. Like, it's hard to beat the other team and beat yourselves. So, once we get back to practice like we did this week, just clean up where we had mistakes on, tighten up everything, just focus on us, because it ain't about Clemson or Illinois or whoever else on the schedule. It's just about us and what we got going on, because like Coach said, we at our best, and I believe this too, just like Coach do, that we could beat anybody. So, like I said, all we got to do is just tighten up and fix the little things, and we're going to be ready to play Saturday.
So look at this, AJ. This guy's media ready. You are media.
I'm just saying. This is how I feel, though.
Hey, that's a great attitude. I love it.
So did you see what happened to Aaron Rodgers the other night?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
How? I mean, so on the first, I think it was your first play, your first offensive play last week. Jaquan went down. Mm-hmm. And from where I was stationed all the way at basically the other corner of the field. So I was really far away. I was trying to zoom to see what happened, and he got carted off. And I've met him. I've spoken to him before, and he came up and introduced himself to me, and he seemed like a really nice guy. So he was kind of like my guy on the team. Mm-hmm. He's the only guy I actually know. And I was like, oh man, what a bummer. And I'm glad. That's why I reached out to you and asked if he was okay. And you said yes. And I already seen concussion protocol. But how did that affect you guys? So it's they turned the ball over immediately. I think they turned the ball over to you, right? Didn't you guys? You guys had a like on your first play, and then you guys get the ball back, and then you guys turned it over on the first play. So like 2 plays in, boom, and one of your top receivers is down. Yeah, and carted off. How does that mess with your mind, or it doesn't? You just have to block it out and keep going. What does it do?
Yeah, for me, like, you want to go play harder for him. So I know you gotta block it out, but at the same time, you gotta channel like that energy you feel for him, like with him going down, and try to bring that to the game, like. Cause like at the end of the day, when your brother go down, like, it's never a good feeling, especially when you love him. So you want to go out there and play for him and try to get, I don't want to say no revenge, but, want to go hard and you want to hit somebody. Like, they did that to your brother. So, and it's just been one of those things. Yeah. So it sucks though. Like you say, Bert, that's the guy, man. You hate that it happened to him. Like, and we could have used him. We needed Bert. We need everybody. Like, come on, man. So.
Is he traveling this week? Is he possibly going to play, or is he out for this week coming up?
No, I think he might be out for this week.
Okay.
Just to be honest with you, I haven't seen him at practice or anything.
All right. So you grew up in Orange, is that correct?
Yes, sir. Orange, Texas.
Orange, Texas. East Texas.
A little bit east of Beaumont.
That's right on the border.
Yeah.
Does that make you a Saints fan? Because that's what I'm
going with. That's a good question.
Cowboys, you got Texans.
Not the Texans, no.
Man, but who's your team? Or can you say that or not say it? Because
it's the NFL team, so I'll be all right. My NFL team is the Commanders. I like the Commanders.
All right. There he goes. Commanders. He's original.
How did that happen?
The Commanders, yes, sir.
How did that happen?
That's my dad's team. I'm a daddy's boy, so I wanted to be like him, and that's what we used to watch all the time. So I'm a Redskins, Commanders.
That's okay. Don't worry, nobody cares.
All right. Well, I'm a Redskins fan.
So you went to the West Orange Stark? Is that what it was, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so. Oh, you did, and then so like out of that area, you got like is it Orangefield, Little Cypress? Out of those guys, who is is going to give you the biggest run for your money, or were you guys just the tops?
Yeah, No disrespect to none of them schools, but we didn't even count them as competition. The games was never closed. So for real. So we
I
used to
love it.
we used to wash our hands with our schedule. We used to wait to playoffs to face somebody.
Now I love it. I want to get out and hit somebody.
You may hurt yourself, buddy.
You know it. It's too late for me.
What's next for you? So this is your I'm still learning NCAA football here, but this is your last season, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So are we looking NFL? Or are we hoping NFL? Or are we like, yeah, I'm going into the NFL?
We getting there. I don't wanna say I don't wanna leave it to chance like ifs, maybe. I'ma get there. You know, I've been working all my life to get there, so there's only one way in, one way out. For real.
Right.
So that's the goal.
What happens to the Jets moving forward, in your opinion? Are they because there's a lot of people putting a fork in them and saying Zach Wilson, it ain't gonna happen for him.
Oh,
but that defense is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I played against Zach Wilson too when I was at Texas State. He could throw the ball. So maybe if he could learn from his mistakes or what he had did in the previous years, and grow from what he did, I think he can be a good player in the NFL too. You got to take some time with him. I know, like in the NFL, that's what they don't have is time.
Oh no,
so it's now. It's now.
I mean, he's got Rodgers in his ear. I hope maybe that helps.
So if Rodgers could be a good mentor to him, he can do a lot of good things special for real.
And I'm hoping. I did read that Rodgers is going to be around the team because I was wondering that because a lot of these guys, like Justin Verlander, baseball guy, for instance, signed that huge contract with Houston, then got hurt for the whole contract, and then opted out. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you just took all my money for 2 years, you didn't play, and now you're going to opt out? Don't you kind of owe me a little bit? And I started thinking after Rodgers got hurt, I'm like, man, this guy's going to dip out. They're going to have to pay him all this money. They lost the draft picks, but no, he said he's going to be around.
Good.
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's the least you can do. I mean, them people invest in you at least give something back to them. That's how I look at it. You know.
I got two more questions for you, and then we'll let you go because I know. But
I ain't got nothing to do. Look at film.
My upset. I'm going to give it to you guys. All right. My upset this week in the NFL. The Jets are going to go into Dallas and win. They're not going to cover. They're going to win. It's a trap game for Dallas.
All right.
The Giants are a division rival. Huge game. Opening night. Too easy. You can't count on Dak Prescott ever. And the Jets defense is that good.
Yes, they are.
Buffalo. But everyone overreacts the first week of football, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Buffalo's done. They missed their window. No, the Jet defense is just that good. I mean, you're the player. Agree or disagree?
No, I agree. They get pressure up front, and when you got good DBs behind you, it makes our job easy. So, I agree. For real.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Dallas just that was a fluke, I think, last week. They got turnovers, and yes, it helps, but I don't see them just sustaining that. So I'm gonna have to look at that little action right there, AJ. All right.
I don't know what it is, but I just.
Jarron, I want to ask you: you got a nickname, and it doesn't have something to do with your number? What is that one?
Oh, the Quattro Show.
Quattro. I love it.
My brother gave it to me. My brother gave it to me. Yeah, that's a generational number.
Really?
Yeah, my dad number. I had it in Little League, and then I tried to get it. I couldn't get it in high school because somebody already had it, and I tried to get it in college. So I said when I get the chance to get it, I'm gonna grab it. And luckily I got it my last year, so I'm thankful for that. So I gotta go hard.
I love it. That's huge, man. You don't know how big that is, that number. Man, especially with generational thing. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, they don't know. So, and when I put it on, it feel like it give me superpowers. It's like I'm ready to go. For real.
Well, you're like Apollo Creed, man, because you had another nickname too. I read on the internet. Was it Baby J or
Baby J, yeah.
Baby J?
Whatever. I got a lot of Agent Zero. See, that's when
Agent Zero. I heard that one.
I had a lot of them, man. They give them to me. I just take them in, and I try to trademark it so they can build off of it.
Yeah, well, you know what that means? They give you a nickname, it means you did something right. They're looking at you. Well,
I try to. I try.
How are you guys feeling with the fan turnout at the games? Because you got to feed off of the fans. I know you feed off the fans because who wouldn't? I'm gonna again keep in mind. I'm always gonna be honest. All right, and I appreciate you being honest too. Me being honest gets me in trouble sometimes. I already told you I hated college football prior to getting involved with you guys and covering you guys. Now I'm all in. That's all I can get is FAU. You got to do me a favor. When I see you one time, you got to sign a football for me. All right.
I got you. Yes, sir.
All right,
whatever
cool.
you need, I got you.
And you got to remember us when you're the D-back for when you're the next prime time for the Commanders. You got to remember us. You got to come back on our show then. All right.
that'd be so cool.
When you get the contract, the next when Rodgers comes back and then you hit him and knock him out again and end his career, don't hurt him too bad.
I don't want to end his career, man. Good player. I just want to keep picking him off.
I'm just
getting out for him.
And if I see you next time, we got to get down with some Texas stuff. We're going to talk about all the good food that I know you like Florida and those palm trees, but you know you miss some of that home cooking, that Texas, that Louisiana stuff. Oh, my.
Oh, I'm missing it right now. You can't stop talking about it.
All right.
His nutritionist is not letting him eat that stuff right now.
No, nothing to do with that.
But the fans, all right. So that stadium, you guys got a pretty nice stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a third full so far. Both, 2 games. You had 17,000 the second game. I think it was around that the first. And it might have been a little bit more people at the second game. I think. How is and I mean honestly, because I'm going to get on the FAU. The students, I'm actually going to hit the ground like I'm running for governor of FAU. And I'm going to say, let's go to the game. I'm going to go give out Bleacher Brother hats or something to get people to the games. You guys are exciting. But are you, as a team, do you guys ever talk about that was a good crowd, that was a bad crowd? I thought they'd be louder. I wish they pumped us up more. In general, you don't have to say specifically like, yeah, last week the crowd was great or last week the crowd sucked because I don't want to get you in any trouble. But how important?
I love the fans. Now they was actually good. On the field against Ohio. I actually couldn't hear. That's the crazy. I couldn't hear nothing. So they must be doing a good job because they was pretty loud and they kind of caught us like trying to get some checks in. We couldn't get it, so I had to tell the linebacker start doing some stuff so we can know which way to do stuff. So they was pretty loud. So shout out to the Owl fans, man. Y'all just bring more energy because like you said, we feed off that. When y'all loud in there, it get me going. I know we got to make a big play then.
That adrenaline.
Yeah, it get me going, for real.
You made big plays, man. You had 5 tackles last week or 6 tackles? 5 tackles, I think, is what you had last week. And look, I'm official, man. I got it all. I got the media.
Oh yeah.
I got it all. I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
I like to be around the ball though. That's when you around the ball. That's when good stuff happens. So I be trying to be around there.
I got some really, really good pictures of you two. Of you, not you two. Of you, not you, player. Actually, I ain't got no pictures of you. I don't know. There's certain rules. Somebody's gonna have to tell me. But I'm not supposed to give a picture to someone if I take it because of nil rules and regulations. I have no idea. But what I'm telling you, privately, just between me and you, play action. Everybody stop listening for a minute. I got some good shots of you, man. So you know where to find me. That's all. If Miss Katrina, I don't want to get thrown out of my media credentials or whatever. But I'm sure there's a way. Miss Katrina is awesome. If I give them to her, she give them to you, whatever. But I was just PO'd because I was running video the play before you got the interception. Man. And I wasn't on yours, so I had to real quick follow you down the field, snap all the way down. And where I was positioned, I was in the other corner, so I couldn't see. And when you're taking photos of a game, it's really hard to concentrate on what's happening in the game. What you're doing is you're looking for a good shot. You're looking for a good shot. And I wasn't expecting a good shot on that play, and then there you go, ruining my whole game plan on me with the pick six, man. But I did get some good ones of you running down the sidelines, and coach next to you and the fans going nuts, in the background. It was pretty cool.
Well, I want to appreciate you for that, and I want to thank you because we out there did the play, but you was out there hustling to snap them pictures, and I know that probably wasn't just an easy job, so I appreciate it for real, though.
Did you have to pick up AJ off the ground a couple times or anything?
I took a back out. I dislocated my knee when I was doing it the other day, and it was.
So credit to you though, because you don't get no credit for that. Not a lot of people actually look at that. So I appreciate that though, for real.
Nah, I don't need no credit. I try anything that I do. It doesn't matter what it is. Even if I'm going around picking up the dog crap in my yard, I want to be the best dog crap picker upper that you ever saw.
And he is.
I want to be the best picture taker that I'm capable of being. So what's the expectations for this team? What are your expectations, personally and as a team for the rest of this season?
Well, I think my expectations align with the team. We ain't looking at nothing less than conference and whatever else come after. We want to go 15 games, however long it is. That's the goal, nothing less.
I'm rooting you on the whole time. And I did think of one more question I want to ask you. And again, it's college football related, but not FAU related.
Yeah.
Coach Prime, give me your thoughts. People love him or hate him? I love him.
Love him. Yeah. I love him, and he bags his guys. He gonna bring it to you. He bring that energy. Just this me on the outside looking in, and I like the way how he talk to his players and how he go about it. I'm just looking. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk like I do, but I do like from what I see, though. And his recruitment, he going to bring in the guys. And just off his name, he going to bring in, because who don't want to go play for Coach Prime?
Exactly.
The name is itself going to pull you in. So, and that credit to Coach Prime, though. I like what he's doing.
I'm 52 years old. I was a little bit of an athlete when I was much younger. But things go downhill real fast once you hit 47, 48, everything. But Coach Prime makes me want to go train and roll in pool like Rodney Dangerfield and do like a walk-on out there in Colorado. If I decide to go down that road, will you train me on the side? Get me back in shape. I don't know. I'm guessing probably an inside linebacker is what I'm cut out for these days. I can't play your position. I definitely can't be a receiver.
More of a quarterback. Yeah, all right. You can sling it.
No, I'm way too short. Bro.
Can you train AJ to be the backup water boy? I think that's more of his
second. That's who I am. Man, look, I want to tell you, I appreciate you coming on with us, man. You're the first of hopefully many FAU players to come on, but I would like to have you back again and again. And if there's anything that you want to talk about, plug, anything. Anytime you want to come on, all you got to do is just, how to get a hold of me. So just, shoot me a text, hit me on Twitter. Where can people find you if they want to follow you?
Follow me on Instagram, Quattro Show. And that's all I'm going to give y'all. Just follow me on Instagram, man. Because I don't be on the socials like that, man. I'm an old school type guy. I just like to chill.
And I got to say, before I let you go, I could tell, talking to you, you were brought up right. You got some good folks behind you. Bless them. And just everything you said, the right here with the Instagram, you're right. Be that old school man. Bring some of that to the team. And I think you are. I mean, your attitude is terrific. And like AJ said, anything. And I'm not saying that to say it. Please, anything we can do for you, let us know. I always got your back. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
let me get your number too.
FAU games.
I've watched. Come on! AJ just admitted he didn't even watch college football before this. I've been watching college football since I was. I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
They stick a football in the crib, right? Give me a break. Man, Quattro Show's got me. Come on, man.
Now we locked in for real. Thank y'all. I just want to thank y'all for having me. Give me the opportunity to talk and let people know about the Quattro Show.
All right.
Anytime, man. You're welcome back. Good luck this week. I'll be tuned in from afar. I'll be taking pictures of the TV set. So if you do something big, I'll have pictures through the TV. So I can send them to you. They'll look good. That's what we do. I took pictures of Aaron Rodgers on his butt the other night, and I posted them. People thought they were like, "Oh my God, you're on the sidelines at the Jets." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm everywhere." That's how I roll. You know, hey, man. Best of luck this week. Best of luck the rest of the season. You'll definitely come back on with us, yes?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, man.
Thanks, Agent Zero.
You
All right, you can't watch our show now.
Watch our show.
All right.
Oh, that was awesome. He's a
So
good dude.
cool.
Yeah, he's a real good dude.
Oh, he's got to be something. Oh, and you know, and it's exciting. So obviously, Clemson, Illinois, Florida Atlantic, the next three. So, yeah, you can't get excited about that kind of football. You know, I don't know what you're doing because that's the best. FAU, yeah, I've been following those guys off and on for years, and good to see this. Tom Herman.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tom Herman. I mean, he brings it. He's bringing that. Like he just said, you know, he can get into it with you if he needs to. And, you know, and you could tell from the way he talks, he's bought in. You know, and that's all it is he's like, look, no, you know, guy gets hurt. You know, we want to go out there and fight for him. You know, I'm not saying he says all the right stuff. It's just that he's bought into it. He's going to be somebody to watch. It's a good job, AJ. Good pull by you.
No, he's a good dude, and the whole team. Me being around the team just a little bit, I don't know them. Yeah. I mean, the guy Bert, called him Bert. He came up and introduced himself to us before the season started. We were at a practice, me and Rob, and I was like, man, he's a really good. And we didn't even get his name. We had to ask Coach Warner. We're like, who the heck was that guy? He's like, oh yeah, he's good. He's on the watch list. I'm learning, man. I'm learning. I had to look up like what a red shirt was today and all this sort. But they're out of hand with these TV timeouts. I'm telling you right now, they got to stop everything. There's a big clock, and they hold it up 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I don't
know what to tell you. That ain't going away anytime soon. Especially, it depends on where you're at now. Don Juan just bumped in there and says he's going to catch it on Saturday night. Well, if it's on ACC, and you might have a better chance, but if it's on like a big network, yeah, you're into the real commercials there. That's not much you can do about it. NFL. I thought NFL was worse.
Well, I'm not on the sidelines at an NFL game, so I don't know. All I know is but here's the cool thing with the press, and then we got so we are running a little bit behind, but I wasn't going to cut Jarron short, but we got another awesome guest coming on right now. I have Rico scheduled between, so I'm trying to track Rico back down. Okay, all right,
he's in there.
You know what? No, he's not. He's giving me a hard time with the text. So boom, adios, Rico.
He's like, you're rambling.
Hey Chase, I'm not seeing your name on the screen, so I don't know if you logged in under another name, but you got to hit that knock button at the bottom, and we can bring you on. All right, man. We got athlete after athlete coming on tonight, and I mean, I don't know who's going to be tougher than who here, because to play college football, you got to be a pretty tough dude. But this next guy that we're bringing on, the next guy's legit. I got a reel that he put together for me. There he is. How are you, man?
Good. How are you guys?
I am good. Let me let's grab your reel here before we introduce you. He looked. How old are you, Chase?
23.
23. He doesn't look like what I'm going to tell you he is. He kind of looks a little bit like TB12, doesn't he? Are you seeing that? Brady a little bit?
I guess maybe the haircut. I don't know.
Just the hair.
Yeah, he's a lot tougher. I'm sure. A lot tougher than
A little bit.
All right. Hey, you got a little time right now because we're running behind, but we got to talk to you. So yeah, I'm going to bring on. So stay right there. I'm not removing you or anything. Stay right there. I'm going to bring because Rico's got a new show launching tomorrow night with Ted Brooks from the Sports Prophets, and this is going to be a pretty big show, and so we're going to bring Rico in real quick to there he is. All right. Yeah, sorry, buddy. When it comes to you or Jarron, you're in timeout there. But go ahead. Hey, real quick, you got to he went back off.
Oh, what'd you do?
All right. I'm definitely not playing games with him. All right. You are an 8-time amateur Thai boxing champion, because I did a lot of research today. This is also known as Thai boxing, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Muay Thai or Thai boxing.
8-time amateur champion. Friday night, you're fighting in a title elimination bout, basically, is what it is. Winner gets the fight for the title, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, sir.
Cool. How did you get into this, dude?
So I was 14 with some kind of dumb friends. We were at the mall, and one of my friends started hitting on some girls in front of their boyfriends, these giant football players and wrestlers, and they surrounded us, and they were trying to tell us they're going to knock us out or stomp us or kill us and stuff. And me and my one friend Kareem, we were the smallest. We were like, well, we got to learn how to fight, so if that happens again, we know how to at least defend ourselves and not get knocked out or killed or something. So yeah, we looked up like best martial arts. We saw Muay Thai on YouTube, and we found a gym real close by near USF and started. And he fell off because he got real into drugs and drinking and stuff, and he had to deal with that. But yeah, I stuck to it, and I've always dreamed of being a world champion. That's what I'll do one day.
Wow. Okay. So you put this together. I was going to put music underneath of it, but tell us what and there is some sound that comes up here. And I did watch a few of your fights,
Yes.
and I'm excited to say that Bleacher Brothers is going to be media at your big fight.
Saying that correctly.
Sure.
On Friday night.
Yeah, this is my last one.
And another one that had a real effect there. Brooks is finding pay dirt with that right elbow.
Well, AJ,
And
I'm
another
fascinated, man. I don't know if you've got. I'll let you go with your questions, but I have some
Slip,
questions.
Not an
and
8-counter and knockdown.
That's okay. I'll
Solid
jump in.
teep.
Yeah, no,
That is ruled an
all-
8 count.
It is all good. Let me. What? So, are you holding a title right now? Let me bring that down for a minute. I'll bring it back. Are you holding a title now?
I've got all 8 of them. Nobody's ever challenged me for them. I don't know why. It's been hard for years for me to get opponents. When I was 17, I had a fight right after I turned 17, and it took me a year and a half to get another opponent. I went through they're called fight camps. So 6 to 8 weeks at a time. You got to go real hard, diet, train, run every day, and just lose a bunch of weight for the fight. And a year and a half, I couldn't get a single opponent. I had, I think, 20 opponents scheduled with 12 or 13 dates, like 12 fights scheduled, 13 fights scheduled. They all backed out on me. When I turned 18, I started fighting adults, and they're not as scared or whatever. So I started picking up my fights. But then once you get a higher record, I got to like 15, 16 fights. Then Florida, there's not that many amateurs with that many fights. So it's still getting hard now. I've got to travel to New York. This one in Miami, I'm happy they found somebody. But yeah, I've had to travel to Thailand, Canada, Mexico to fight, and up to Iowa and stuff. So it gets harder as an amateur. So that's why I want these 2 more amateur titles, the Freedom title, which I'm fighting for them Friday, and the WBC. And then I want to go pro, because as a pro, like, I'll have 0 fights again. It'll be 0 pro fights. So then it'll be a lot easier to find opponents.
So let me ask you this: what first of all, and yeah, play action. We're good. All your questions, all the questions will be answered here, I think. Right? You're going to answer all the questions. All right.
Yeah.
We'll run overtime. Luch, hang in there. Coach Brent, hang in there. We'll get to what we're going to do. But what is your strength? Because here's what Thai boxing is. It's basically everything that boxing is, plus everything that kickboxing is, plus get to use your elbows also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? You can't headbutt it though, can you?
No, they have something called a Lethway or Muay Baran in where is that? In Myanmar, which is like, it's Muay Thai with headbutts, but if you knock them out, you give them 5 minutes to revive them, and then you fight again. You got to knock them out twice to finish the fight. And if nobody gets knocked out twice, then it's nobody wins. Which I'll never. I'm tough and I love fighting, but I'll never do that sport.
Yeah, that's no good.
That's some good stuff right there. I'm down for that.
Until you got to do it.
I'll sponsor a tournament doing that, man. That would be awesome.
It's crazy. They used to get hand wraps, and they wrap them and they put glue, and then they put glass. If you had if you had a rematch, you put glass in it. They fight with glass in their hands, and that's just crazy.
Well, you know what movie that's from?
We don't talk about that though. First rule, man, you can't talk about it. So, go ahead, play action. What do you got on your list there?
Well, you asked real quick, AJ, what Chase is known for, and I did a little research too. I found out you're known for the flying elbows.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
And there's a great video. I hope maybe if AJ wants to see it, just phenomenal. Where it looked like a roundhouse barrage of elbows, refs throwing you off. And isn't it true? Like in international tournaments and such, you can't clinch, you can't use the elbows. Am I wrong? Or
in Muay Thai, in Muay Thai rules, you can clinch an elbow all the time. Okay. Unless they modify, sometimes they'll do modify with like no elbows or no clinch. Or with kickboxing, sometimes I've fought kickboxing. There's real limited clinch. You can only grab the back of the head with one hand. You can throw like one knee and then you break. And that's just the differences with kickboxing and Muay Thai.
Okay. Now, can you explain for some of us knuckleheads out there, if I'm saying teep, T-E-E-P, it's a kick? What is that?
It's a front kick. So you bring your knee up and then you extend with your foot. You extend your leg and you push with your hip. So you can either – a lot of people use it for defense. If someone's rushing in at you, you teep them so you can keep them away. But I'm really aggressive when I fight, so I like teeping forward. So I'll spring off my back leg like it was one of the first clips in the video I sent where I knocked him down with the elbows. I went to the corner, and when I had some distance, I like cover the distance with the teep. So I'll step my back leg. I'll step through. So I'll switch my stance, and I'll fire a hard back teep to the face, so I can hit him in the chin. And I knew my opponent. He has a real traditional style, so he's going to stand there. And I knew his chin was going to be right there, so I just smacked him in the chin with it. I've done that in a lot of my fights. That's actually the first thing I ever got hit with. My first fight, I was 15. I trained for 8 months, and my opponent had his dad was like a multiple-time world champion. He fought in the UFC, kickboxing, Muay Thai champion. This guy, Crafton Wallace, he's in Naples. He's a beast. And his kid, he started training at 4 years old. And the day before weigh-ins, I saw the video. Him at like 5 years old, killing the pad work and bag work. And I got real nervous in the back room. I thought I was going to throw up. And I went out and touched gloves, and he smacked me in the chin, boom. And I was like, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I hit him with a leg kick, and we went, and I beat him on I beat him on points, and that's where I started.
Yeah, and you mentioned like there'd be times when you couldn't fight, and I noticed there's some like it was one of the guys. What is it, Brandon Juror? Is that saying it right? He canceled, and you had to Well, I didn't know exactly what happened. Whether it was the scheduling or.
That was just weird scheduling. I think they were supposed to fight in December, and then they moved it to January, and then to February, and then later in February. So it was real weird scheduling. I'm not sure what happened with that.
Okay, yeah, that's.
He fights often. I'm looking forward to him fight. Him just looking forward to his career. He's real active. So I want all my opponents to do good, just like I'm trying to do good. We all got to try to succeed.
Exactly, because you touched on it too. Like it gets to where you got nobody to fight.
Yeah,
you got to watch out. You're getting too good. I think that's what's going on. And do you? And I don't want to take up too much of your time, but your trainer is it? Do you call him crew?
Yeah, a lot of Muay Thai gyms they use crew, but at my new Muay Thai gym I just joined last year, they don't use crew. They just say Coach Dato. That's his name.
Coach Dato. Okay.
Dato.
How'd you meet him?
Actually, funny story. I think my friend Kashima Hilt, my boy Kai, is watching. He's the toughest opponent I ever had in my life. I fought him February 26th last year in Jacksonville, and he's the most talented individual I've ever fought or sparred with, and he's my best friend now. He beat me up a little bit that night, and we're best friends now. We spar all the time. And after I fought him that night, he got my phone number. He hit me up. He was like, "We need to start training together. Like I push you to your limit, you push me to my limit, and until you fight someone, like you don't really know, like you don't know much about someone. We say until you fight them, because like you know how tough they are mentally, if they're going to quit, if they're going to keep pushing, if they can go through a lot of mental adversity, physical adversity, and yeah, it's just we became best friends after that. I started training with him, and then I actually owned a gym in Luce. It's still a lovely gym. I love him. I was there for 8 years, but my old coach, he stopped training me, and he didn't like that I was training at that gym with them, with my new friends. And So I eventually, before that February fight, I decided I had to sell my gym to one of my friends and move over to that Tampa Muay Thai where I'm at now. And first thing I could have done the last year, I think my technique, my fight IQ, my endurance, my strength and conditioning, everything, just my teammates, my mental health has just improved so much with a nice gym, a nice bunch of teammates and people helped me, because the last couple of years I was just training myself. I went to fight someone in Chicago that was on Team USA kickboxing. I'm not even a kickboxer. I'm a Muay Thai fighter. Like, I use my elbows a lot, like you said. We took the elbows away. I couldn't even elbow him. I still beat him with just one corner. I had one coach in my corner. He had 4 cornermen and 200 people in the arena cheering him on, and I went and beat him. And I didn't have anyone helping me. I did all my running. I did all my training by myself. I'd ask random training partners and teammates, like, hey, can you hold some pads for me? Will you spar me? Now I got people doing strength and conditioning at this time with me, and then an hour later I'm recovering, and then I'm going and sparring. I got a bunch of sparring partners that are real good. I've got a bunch of coaches helping with pad work, helping with my technique and everything. So I think this fight, I'm really going to just show another level of my previous self.
Oh, I know you will. And you said the mental part of it. And AJ, if there's anything else that proves this guy has the mental, just listen to what he says, okay? And if you're not intimidated by this, I don't know what's going on, because this man Chase, he wants to take his opponent's soul and break their will to win.
You got to, because if you don't, they're gonna do it to you. Like, that's a lot of people always talk about, oh, I want to score some points in my fight. I've never once ever thought about scoring a point, because if I do enough damage over 3 or 5 rounds, I'm going to win, because the judges are looking at who's doing more damage as a fight. So I'm not thinking about, oh, let me land this little petty pat little strike. I'm trying to cause as much damage as possible, because if I don't do it to them, they do it to me. Like one of my fights, I flying knee to dude. It was he ducked into a knee. I was trying to throw a knee to the body, ducked into. I caught him in the temple, and he was laying on the ground, his face all messed up and stuff. But if he had done that to me, he would have, and he would have been happy about it. So I was just happy I did it to him before he could do it to me. Because, I mean, it's even as an amateur, there's high-level amateurs out there that have done it for years, and they can cause massive damage. I've broken people's ribs and orbitals, jaws, broken ribs, noses, all of that. Like, cut people. It's even as an amateur, it ain't like you're just playing around.
So do you this is like, I'm a big fight guy, dude. But I'm a big boxing guy. Let me say that. I'm a huge boxing guy. MMA bores me. It really bores me, because I appreciate the science of boxing. Guys outthinking each other, but there's still action. MMA, to me, I've tried a few times, and guys got another guy in a headlock, and he's leaning up against the cage, and nothing's happening. I'm like, what is this? I can't be doing this. I love, obviously you love guys like Tyson. I mean, I hated Tyson at the time. I couldn't stand Tyson. I just wanted somebody to come and clean his clock. But now I look back, and it was like, God, I used to spend. I went to these Tyson Spinks fight, not live. I went back then. This was before like HBO and pay-per-views and all that. Yeah. I had to go to the Garden State Arts Center. They called it closed circuit. I think we paid $150 a ticket. I was positive that Michael Spinks was going to be the guy to take care of Tyson and whoop him. And I remember right before the fight was when all this stuff came out about Mike Tyson beating up Robin Givens. And I was yelling, wife beater, and this and then Tyson came out, and boom, 90 seconds, the thing was over. Yeah. But I never regretted spending $100, $50, $80, whatever on a Mike Tyson fight that lasted a minute. I never regretted it at all.
He owes me $80. That's the way I look at it. So.
At the same time, I like the guys like Floyd Mayweather. Mm-hmm. I like that, the guys still got all his marbles, because nobody, once he got to a point in his career, and really from when he turned from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, he became a different fighter. Yeah. Again, he picked and chose his battles much wiser. So, like, he fought Pacquiao when he wanted to fight Pacquiao. He had Pacquiao's prime. He did the same thing with Sugar Shane Mosley. He did the same thing, again and again and again. But I respect that nobody ever hit him. Yeah. Nobody ever laid a glove on him.
Amazing defense. Yep.
So my question was, does does moving backwards and like trying to sit down and watch a good boxing match or watching MMA, does that bore you? Are you into it? Do you only?
I was watching it today. Before I went in the sauna a little early, I was watching Sugar Ray Leonard. I love his flurry. So he could win just the end of a round and still win the round. He just hit you with 20 shots in the last 10 seconds and win the round. And I'll take a lot of notes from them. How I'm working a lot, like when I'm throwing my punches, make sure I get my head off center line. So I'll throw the jab, slip off center line, roll under, and you just gotta watch for not getting kicked or knee in the head. But
yeah.
I love some boxing. Muhammad Ali, one of my favorites. Roberto Duran, yeah, they're amazing. Mike Tyson's amazing. He was a beast. But with Floyd, he kept breaking his hands and messing his hands up, so he had to just get better at his defense and not get touched. So he wouldn't hit you as hard as when he was a pretty boy Floyd, because he was messing his hands up.
Hey, where are you on? Do you actively follow boxing now? Current boxing?
A little bit, not as much, but
Did you see the fight, the Crawford Spence fight a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I called it. I knew Crawford was going to win.
He dominated. I mean, it was like they didn't belong in the same ring together. What's going to happen in the rematch? They're going to go up to 154. Is that really going to benefit Spence that much, do you think? Or is this we've already seen there?
It will I'm sure it will a good amount. I still think Crawford, I mean, he's good enough that I still think he can get it done. But that weight cut, when you're losing that much weight, when you're that much bigger than your weight class you're supposed to be in, if you should be 154, he's 147, that's just going to make you a whole different fighter if you can gain those last seven pounds or whatever of extra water still in your brain, still in your body. It is a big difference, but I still go for Crawford. He's an animal. He's a beast.
Crawford against Canelo Alvarez at 154.
Oh God!
What's gonna?
Canelo's an animal too.
I don't know what to tell you.
Crawford looked like the greatest fighter in the history of fighters in that fight against Spence. I mean, there's no way to call it any other way.
Yeah, he looked amazing. But I might have to go for Canelo, because I mean, only people who beat him were that what's his name? What's the Russian? Biz, what's the name?
Yeah, the guy who we just lost to recently. But actually, the only guys that he's lost to officially were that guy and Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd.
Unofficially, I saw Triple G beat him twice. I saw Lara beat him once. So, for whatever, the De La Hoya took care of everyone a long time ago. And even though they're not together anymore, I guess De La Hoya paid enough that Canelo still keeps getting the and so, so let me tell you this. Here's the problem with the Thai boxing. All right.
Yeah.
You really got to search to find anything on this. Even your fight Friday night, I know about it. I know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I maybe play action. We need to become Thai boxing promoters.
Yes, we should. And I love there's movies. If you don't know Ong Bak 2 with Tony Jaa. I'm not saying they're good movies, but some of the fight scenes are epic. I bet you know. You know, Chase. Yeah, Tony Jaa.
He was a beast.
So I've been Muay Thai, because I remember I wanted to take Taekwondo. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, Dad, and my dad was cheap. He's like, here, I found you this guy. It's $10 a week. He'll do it. And it was like Aikido, right? And I'm like, oh, Dad, it's not Taekwondo, And he's like, no, they call it Taekwondo. You don't want to do that one. He's like, so.
Did you get the guy from Napoleon Dynamite come out to do your karate training for you?
No, of course not. But yeah, Muay Thai, when I saw Tony Jaa, I'm like, there ain't no way I could do that. Yeah. No way.
My next opponent Friday, he throws some crazy spin kicks and stuff like Tony Jaa, that crazy stuff. I'm just gonna try to avoid all that, be too fast, and not get a heel with my face.
So Chase told AJ that's his homework. He's got to at least watch Ong Bak or The Protector or something like that. Okay.
I'm watching all this stuff live on Friday night, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of crowd do you expect in Miami? Because really, Chase, I had to dig to find anything. I mean, it is so bad that your stepdad's cousin calling me, asking me, where the heck is this? Where do I find it online? I'm like, Rob, it's right down the street from where you live.
Promoted so well.
Yeah, I mean, What's up with the marketing? They have to up the marketing in this, because I did not even know that this existed before I spoke to you yesterday, and now I'm extremely intrigued.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a bit of a small sport in the U.S. right now. People are trying to grow it, and probably just need some better promoting, honestly.
So
that's where we come in, AJ.
That is where we come in. I'm thinking Bleacher Brothers Promotions.
There you go.
You could be like Oscar De La Hoya. You look a little bit like him. Can you drink and put on fishnet stockings and high heels?
He's way smarter, AJ, than Oscar. Come on.
No, I'm talking to you, play action. I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to you.
I'm talking. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm talking De La Hoya, the promoter, not De La Hoya, the boxer.
All right.
There you go.
All right, I get it.
So going professional, how much exposure is there professionally? Do you have to go to Thailand to do it? Because I know that this is like the official sport of Thailand, and there are certain days. March 17th, I think, is the day.
Yes.
See, I stop things. So it would never work for me because I'm Irish. So I'm just coming out of my hangover from St. Patty's Day. Wait a minute, when is St. Patty's Day?
That's the day before St. Patty's Day. Or that is St. Patty's Day.
Patty's Day. This is not going to work. You're going to have to.
Yeah, we have to move it.
Can you consider ditching the elbows and just becoming a regular boxer? Because then I can work with you. We can definitely promote you then.
That's terrible.
Maybe I'll go into boxing someday. Maybe.
Where's the money? That was what I was going to ask. Where is there money in professional Thai boxing, or not so much?
The goal is to get to one championship or glory kickboxing. I mean, I could be a good kickboxer too. I've got good footwork, and if I just don't elbow people, I can be a kickboxer as well. Glory kickboxing pays pretty well, and one championship, and they're based in Singapore, Thailand. They pay well, and they treat their athletes really well. They got Demetrius Johnson came over from the UFC over there, so that says a lot. He's one of the best fighters pound for pound.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the UFC of all time.
Never knew that. Okay.
Yes, sir. They traded him for Ben Askren, who got slammed on his head by Robbie Lawler and then flying knee by Jorge Masvidal and retired. So that was a bad trade.
So Freedom title is next. That's what's coming. And I know you got that.
Yes, sir.
Where do people find you online if they want to follow you?
Just I got Instagram, Chase_Brooks1, and I'm starting a little YouTube. It's like TMT Chase 1, but I don't really post on that yet. I'm gonna start posting on it. But
TMT, the money team?
no, Tampa Muay Thai.
All right. Floyd may have a problem with that. Would you accept a fight with Floyd, like one of these exhibition fights? Maybe like you get a YouTuber in there too, and
if I could punch, kick, knee, and elbow, I'm sure.
That's for when he's older, man. When when he's my age and he's trying to, no, AJ.
No way. If it was just hands, I wouldn't touch him. I'd touch him maybe one time. He'd dodge everything, maybe look stupid. If I could kick him a couple of times around or a couple elbows or knees, then sure.
So going pro and winning the title. How much? What's the motivation?
I've always wanted to strive to be the best. And whatever I do, I started rock climbing when I was 7 years old. I did it 7 days a week. I was in the gym climbing. I did competitions all over Florida. I'd go to Georgia and climb outside and stuff. And when I started rock climbing, I started Muay Thai. Sorry, I just dropped rock climbing completely just to focus on Muay Thai. And now I'm training Muay Thai 7 days a week, all day when I'm not working. I mean, I wake up at 5 a.m. and run between 4 and 6 miles, and then I go work 8 hours, and then I go and train for 3 or 5 hours at the gym. My trainer's got to kick me out or tell me you got to rest. You got to rest a little bit. You got to stop lifting the weights. You got to stop doing the sprints, the bike sprints. You got to stop doing the bag work. No more sparring rounds. No more pad work rounds. So I've just always I wanted to be the best at whatever I do, and I've always thought how you do anything is how you do everything. So I want to be if I'm doing it, I'm putting so much time into the last 9 years. I want to one day be the best at it.
Damn right.
So what's your prediction for your fight on how is that? I'm having, I told you this play action before we started. I'm having all kinds of technical issues. I sound good to you guys, correct? Right now?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. So when it doesn't come through. So everyone's texting me saying, turn your mic up, but my mic can't be turned up anymore or the board is going to explode. But is that somebody say yes or no? Can you hear me any better or not better or? Yeah, we can't do that, Joe. That's sounds good to me. Thank you, Don Juan. What's your prediction on Friday night? What's your game plan? What's your prediction? Can you not tell us the game plan?
Oh, no, that's good. I'm gonna first round. I think I'm gonna feel him out, and see. I want to see if he's gonna throw any of his spin kicks. I don't want to get a heel kick to the head or a spinning heel kick to my body, and drop me the liver shot or smack me in my ribs. So I'm just gonna feel him out the first round, get my timing and my distance down, see what he's got, see his speed and power, and then probably start working on his legs, soften his legs and his body up. See if I can land on his chin a little bit, and maybe test his clinch, and see if I can land some elbows, start rattling a little bit, hurting him. And then round 2, start putting on a little more pressure. And then it's only 3 rounds. I haven't fought only 3 rounds in 4+ years. I've only had 5-round title fights for the last couple of years. So by the 3rd round, I'm just going to be hitting him every second, I'm sure. I mean, I'm a pressure fighter, always have been, but especially my old coach that I left recently, he was always he'd say hit first, hit last, keep going forward, go forward, go forward. That was his only thing. So I wouldn't use much defense. I was just real aggressive, just hitting them. I'd hit him 100 times around if they let me. And that's why I run so much and do so much cardio, because you can't go gassing out and getting knocked out in the ring. It would be embarrassing and not good for your brain or your career. And so now my new coach, he's all about, use a little more defense. If you have to move back a little bit, you can still win the fight moving back. My best player, like I said, my best friend Kai, he moved back the whole fight. He's a counter fighter. He just dodge, counter, dodge, make you look stupid, make you miss, make you pay. And so I'm going to try to make him miss a little bit, make him pay, dodge his kicks, check his kicks, catch him, maybe sweep him. I think I'm going to be way too fast for him and just too fierce. I think I want to win more than he does, and I've trained so hard the last 9 years, especially the last 6 weeks. I mean, I've pushed myself to my limits. We've done so much strength and conditioning. My hands are feeling heavier than ever. I think we're going to hit him with some real heavy punches. And like I said, my speed is I'm feeling real fast right now.
So here's the biggest question that everyone wants to know.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, or not even Saturday morning, Friday night, fight's over. What are you eating?
I've got probably a 20-pound suitcase full of dried mango, protein shakes, protein bars. I got some candy, but I'm focusing this one like a lot of like a little lower calorie, like rice cake chips and some rice cakes with peanut butter. I used to, and like before this fight, I was 184 pounds like 7 weeks ago, and right now I'm 159. And tomorrow I'll be 154, so that's 30 pounds I had to lose. I got my nose broken a couple months ago sparring some Ukrainian world champion, so I knew I was gonna be out for a while, so I was eating a little more. And I got COVID, so I was still eating a little bit. I got a big sweet tooth, and but now after this fight, I really want to stay like just dialed in, get myself back to like 172, 173, but then get my weight right back down so I can fight for either the Freedom title real soon or the WBC, because as a fighter, I'm not getting any younger, and I got to take all opportunities I can. But I'm definitely going to have my friends bringing me the mini unwrapped Starburst. I don't know if you ever had them. They're so good.
Yeah.
Ice cream, some dried mango,
Yeah.
a burger. Can't wait. I can't wait.
Well, you mentioned now you have some, guys around you that are truly training you. What about a nutritionist? Is that in there as well?
Honestly, I've been fighting with my coaches on it. There's a nutritionist in Australia that's helping a lot of my teammates and other fighters, and some of our coaches are like they're paying them to help them. But I'm against shelling out $300, $400, $500 to someone that I know the information they're going to give me. I know how to eat, what to lose weight. And my friends got the programs and stuff, so they just send me their programs for free. So I get it. So I
love it.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think you know how to eat, because if I were you and I just went through all that training and I fight, win, lose, draw, after the fight, I'm down in about 4 gallons of ice cream, Big Macs, everything that I can't eat when I'm training. I'm putting that whole 30 pounds back on immediately after the fight.
I always do it. I always do. I'll gain 25, 28 pounds within 2 or 3 days, but I'm just trying to not do it this time because losing all that weight is not as fun as it's not so fun. It's better to just stick to a decent weight and stay decently lean so I can keep my heart training up. But yeah, I know how to eat real good. My friends would all tell stories about we went to get Chinese buffet and they basically had to tell me to leave because I had like 10 pounds of chicken and I had these little pink desserts. I had like 80 of them and all these cookies. They're like, hey, you gotta get out of here. It's about time. Pretty crazy, but yeah, like when it comes to nutritionists, they're trying to tell me to get one, but honestly, I didn't want to spend like the $300-400 or whatever on it. I know what to eat. I just gotta make myself eat it and stick to it and be disciplined. And for 6 or 8 weeks at a time, I just lock in. I just mentally lock in, and it's just like I said, every day wake up at 5 a.m., get my miles. It doesn't matter how I feel, if I'm sore, if I'm sad, if I'm tired. It doesn't. Training last night was hard. It doesn't matter. Get the miles in. I know what to eat to lose the weight. I just had to do it. So no nutrition for me.
I don't blame you because isn't it like your cost of equipment just like outrageous? Do you have to pick up some of that bill or?
Well, I got all my I've got all my gear, yeah. So I mean, I've got all my shorts and equipment. That was a decent amount for all my hand wraps and elbow pads, knee pads, shin guards, and cup and everything, and mount guards, and yeah. So it's a decent little amount. But I've got so many pairs of boxing gloves and shin guards now. I don't need any for a while. I've got like 50 pairs from over the years.
But isn't it important? Like the shorts are super important in Muay Thai. Is that right? Like you have to have the right shorts.
Well, yeah, you should have Muay Thai shorts if you're gonna train Muay Thai. They're real short. I don't know if you can see that one. They're pretty short, and so you can have better kicks. When you're throwing a high kick, you don't want to get snagged up or anything trying to kick someone in the head.
So Friday night, this Friday night, it is in the Sport of Kings Theater.
There we go.
Sport of Kings Theater.
Okay.
This is at the racetrack then, isn't it? Sport of Kings is in Allendale.
It's like a
Gulfstream Park.
So what was it?
Is this at the Gulfstream Casino Park over there?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's like a Hollandale though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Hollandale. It's at 901 South Federal. I think this is at the racetrack. It's Sport of Kings Theater. That's got to be the racetrack.
Yeah.
8-time amateur champion. Fighting the title elimination bout at 154, 3 rounds. Chase already went through his game plan with us for the fight, and Duncan Dad had commented that he was exhausted just hearing the first round's game plan, and he would never make it through round 2 or 3. So if you need a quick, like, what do they call it? Just like a setup fight or a what do you call it?
Warm-up fight.
Yeah, warm-up fight. You know what I mean? Then Duncan Dad is your guy. He'll take the fall.
Oh boy, yeah.
He's not even gonna make it through 1 round. He's exhausted. He fell off and he came back on twice. I think they had to give him oxygen. I'm not sure. But Friday night, you can follow Chase at. Tell us one more time on Instagram. It's
Chase_Brooks1.
I'm already following him, and you got to follow him because he's got some great training videos in there, and it's phenomenal. So I appreciate you, man. And I'm hoping maybe before you leave, see some elbow action. Come on, let's see what I'm gonna stay back.
Elbow.
Yeah, I gotta see something.
I think I'm gonna try to land him. I'm gonna land him again in this fight. I like switching my stance up. So if I'm in orthodox, my left arm's forward. I like switching through, and I'll hit him with my elbow coming downwards. So I like going on the nose or on the temple. That's how I knocked the dude down the last fight. I hit him with an up elbow in the clinch. I went outside. I passed his guard down, so I passed his glove so he couldn't defend himself. And I stepped through and blasted him one. I kind of want to land a 1-2 and then step through with my up elbow. Anderson Silva landed that one. I've always loved it. I want to hit him with a 1-2, step through, maybe spin elbow.
That one. Yeah.
I like up elbows, and I also like the flying knees. So I might hit him with a couple flying knees. We'll see how the distance and how his timing and everything is.
How far into the card is your fight? Do you have any idea how many fights are before yours?
I think I'm on the main card. So there's like a prelim or undercard with people with less fights, and then there's the main card, and then the last 3 fights are professional world title fights. So I think I'm if I heard correctly, I think I'm right before them, so I'll be near the end of the card, and I think it starts at 6 or 7 p.m. So I'll be a little later in the night.
Yeah, they never show that when you get a pay-per-view on, say, boxing.
Yeah.
Floyd, whoever, Canelo, you get like 3 fights and then the main event.
Yeah.
It's like 6 or 7 fights before that, because I've been to a lot of fights in Vegas, and they, what you're seeing at 6 o'clock on the West Coast, pay-per-view starts. Man, that the whole card started at like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's nutty. And you heard me complain. Did you hear me complaining about how long college football is?
Oh yeah.
All right, so you got to speed this up. I need, if I'm gonna be there all night, I need you to throw a quick knockout for me. All right? Can you take this guy?
Oh, he will. He's got you.
I'll get it out there quick.
The ice cream and the Big Macs and everything are on me for sure.
Oh, there we go.
No, you heard it here first.
Also, since we're gonna be there and we're gonna be there for a purpose, you'll be able to get the entire fight recap on BleacherBrothers.com. I'd say Saturday morning at some point. With photos, with videos, hopefully with interviews before and after, with Chase. So, man, this was awesome having you on here.
It was a lot of fun.
Just like I said to Jarron, I'm going to say to you, when you are world champion and you are the Manny Pacquiao of Thai boxing, don't forget the little guys, okay, like us.
Nah, never.
You'll still come on.
I'm nice with
Next time I see you, I'll be calling you champ. I can predict it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
sir.
All right, man. Best luck. Look, I'm going to see you. I'll be in touch with you tomorrow, but I'm going to see you on Friday, and I can't wait to be there and experience this with you and have my first experience of Thai boxing. So,
and what's your nickname? You got a nickname?
They call me either sometimes they call me Mr. Elbows or 8 Elbows. Yeah. They used to call me the Energizer Bunny since I trained nonstop for hours and hours and hours. And my dad would always call me the Crack. And before the last one, I'd say, release the Crack. And I'd have to just go crazy on my opponent and hit him with everything I can.
I love it. Oh, it's so good.
That's funny because Play Action Real, when he was in high school, he had that same nickname as you, the Energizer Bunny. That's what his girlfriend used to call him.
Oh!
Where's my rim shot? I'm asleep. There.
Oh, God.
It's a little late. All right. Man, thank you. Good luck. I will speak to you tomorrow, and I'll see you on Friday.
Yes, sir. See you then. Thank you for the opportunity.
Coming on, man. It's a lot of fun.
All right, man. Awesome guy.
He's a good dude, huh?
Yeah, man. Brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Muay Thai, that mental toughness, not just the physical. So, and he said so many cool things. Oh, what up, Brent? Yes.
Luch. I got to tell you, man, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you got stories to tell about Monday night, Brent, because, dude, I'm tired, man. Like doing back-to-back interviews like that's a lot. And look, I at one point I tried to look professional and I took my chew out. So now it's just us girls on here. So look at that. The audience just went from 400 down to 6, like immediately. So
just like that. They saw Chase leave and they're like, I don't know.
As soon as Brent came on. So, and look at making his return after a summer off.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Luch.
What's happening?
Good to see you.
Brent,
nice to see you guys too.
When you were watching, could you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people are not hearing me. Some people are. I switched my I forget what you call it, but my decibels are like way up. Every week when I play the show back, you can't hear me, but you can hear everybody else. And
you're a little bit muffled than normal, but you can still hear everything you're saying.
It's because my whatever you call it, my decibels, they're too high. So I should be having almost like a muffle. So I don't know. We got to figure it out. I was trying beforehand, but what'd you guys think of those guests? First of all, let's start with the most recent. What'd you think of that kid? He don't look like a kid you're going to be afraid to run into in an alley, does he?
Yeah,
he's great guy, man. I think he's going to do well. Definitely got some talent, I'm sure.
He better do well if I'm coming out this time. No, he's going to do great. He's going to do awesome. But Brent, I mean, he wouldn't be a guy that you fear running into, would he?
I don't really fear anybody.
That's right. No fear.
Neither did Clever Lang. But he did pity many fools. All right, I'm turning my
pity fool.
My decibels down here a little bit. So, let's. So our show script is a little bit, delayed and out the window here. So we're gonna go out of order. Brent, I'm gonna come to you because thank you first of all. Brent, it was Brent's birthday last week, so thank you for having a birthday last week.
Happy birthday!
Because
Happy
he had
birthday,
a
man.
birthday. Brent's got some really good friends, and I'm not talking about me. His friends took him up to Jersey. It's Jersey. It's not New York. The Jets don't play in New York, do they, Brent?
Nope, they play in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Absolutely. And Brent was up there, and he was sending footage, and we were posting it, and it's great because yes, the Bleacher Brothers are everywhere. In the last week, I mean, Michigan football, Cleveland Browns football, FAU football, Jets football, and I think the only picture that you didn't take and send to me, or video that you didn't take and send, I mean, he sent me so much stuff that we couldn't even post at all. But what he didn't get was Aaron Rodgers and that horrific hit that he took.
Yeah. It's all right.
Actually, it wasn't a horrific hit at all. It hardly looked like anything.
It didn't look like nothing to me. It was weird.
Like, sir.
What was that, about 17 million per snap or what?
Oh my God, he played for.
Yeah, do the math. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the field for 4 snaps. So.
I love it.
Let me ask you this, because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not a Jets fan, but I was pretty hyped up for Monday Night Football. Like, I could not wait to get home and watch this. I don't know if it was because of Hard Knocks. I don't know if it's because of, but I couldn't wait to get home and watch the Jet game. I mean, I had forgotten that you were even there until you sent me the first video that night. But I was like, I gotta get my crap in order so I can sit down and watch this game. What was the vibe like first all at the tailgate? I know it's thunder and lightning.
Tailgate was nuts, absolutely nuts. Even with the rain, you had everybody with canopies, buses, all kinds of stuff. I was wearing a Nick Mangold jersey, so people thought I was Nick Mangold. They were handing me beer. It was great. And then once the storms cleared up, I finally got some tailgate footage. Had a group of people that did the Jets chant. That was all police officers from New Jersey.
Oh, fantastic.
Pretty cool. Talked to a couple other Jets fans, about Aaron Rodgers and what their expectations were for the season. I also prefaced it that I wasn't a Jets fan or a Bills fan, that I'm a Dolphins fan. Just so they just to put that authority out there, because we want to know at that point.
Yeah.
But everyone was cool. I mean, everyone was willing to answer questions. They were willing to be on the film. Got to experience the Jets hospitality. The Jets fans are actually really cool. From the tailgate all the way into the stadium, it's all love and energy from everybody. And I think a lot of it had to do as well with the fact that it's, it was 9/11, 22nd anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
The energy in the stadium, never seen anything like that before.
Why? It's better than Dolphin Stadium?
Yeah, I mean, you've got 60-something thousand people in the stadium there. That game was sold out. Energy was really high when Aaron Rodgers got introduced out onto the field. They introduced the starting lineup. Stadium went crazy. And then 4 offensive plays into it, the energy went. And you watch the Jets fans go from being hyped to booing their own team.
Typical, yeah.
But it was an exciting game, I'm not going to lie. I was looking forward to seeing Dalvin Cook. I mean, he's a phenomenal running back. I wanted to see how they would balance him and Breece Hall. I think they did a really good job with that.
Mm-hmm.
And they took a lot of pressure off of Zach Wilson as well. Defense is insane.
That line too, yeah. I mean, I know that Josh Allen, he has like the most turnovers since like 2018, something like that. But I kind of like threw that out the window, knowing like he's going up against a heck of a defense. It's that front line. You know, the Jets front line, and it just keeps you honest. And then now it's like guys like Sauce Gardner in the backfield. There's no break.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what the Jets finished last year, 4th overall in defense in the NFL. Like, you're going against a great defense.
Uh-huh. I'm surprised you didn't go with the Nick Mangold, like sign some people's jerseys and all that. So
I almost did. So when I went into the stadium, we sat up in the Corona Captains Club. So it's like one of the suite levels. I went to the bathroom. First thing I did when I got in there, because I drank a lot of beer during the tailgate. And I was walking out of the bathroom, somebody thought I was Nick Mangold, and I was tempted to sign his jersey. But I was like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, because poor guy would probably get it all authenticated and like, I don't think so, bro. Like,
well, then it happened to be that Nick Mangold was actually there too, so it was that long.
He was the next suite over. You know, I would have been.
Brent, are a lot of sportscasters, ESPN, whoever you're listening to, are they overreacting after 1 week of football when it comes to these teams? I mean, they're putting a fork in the Jets. I'm serious about the Jets going into Dallas this weekend and winning the game, because so let's talk about Buffalo for a second. For every Buffalo missed the window. But I was talking to Tony today, and he's like, yeah, Buffalo, they ain't no good. It was one game. And the Jets have what's possibly like an all-time defense. They have a potential to be the 85 Bears with this defense. So how can you judge? How can you say the Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl after one game? How can you say Joe Burrows sucks after? He's got years of history. At one bad game, everybody's writing him off now. All of a sudden, it's over for this team. I don't. So the question is, why do people overreact after one game?
Well, for one, not enough fans understand the complexity that goes into a football game, the game planning, things like that. It's just like a Saturday. You could have a Power 5 program get knocked off by a 1AA school. Everyone has their day. Everyone's going to mess up. You're not going to be in sync. The Bills, I think, went into it a little bit too cocky. Especially after Rodgers went down, they thought, all right, we got this in the bag. And let's face it, that overtime punt return for a touchdown to seal the game, that was that kid's will, the return man. He put his will out there and scored that touchdown. He broke 2 tackles, followed his blocks, did everything he was supposed to do to win that game because he had a chip on his shoulder. The kid just got signed last week to the 53-man roster, almost didn't make it. Literally just signed as a return man. So now he's got something to prove. When it comes to writing teams off, though, it's 1 week. 1 week doesn't define your whole season. These teams are going to come back out. They're going to say, okay, what did we do wrong? I guarantee, the next day they're in a film room watching everything and breaking everything down on what went wrong, what went right, and how to fix it. So you're going to have a defense that might have given up a lot of points and a lot of yards last week come out this week and be a completely different defense. You're going to have offenses that fumbled. They had a lot of false starts. They were penalized heavily. They're going to fix those mistakes to move on to the next week. I don't know how people rate teams off so early because it is week 1. Do I think the Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. Do I think Tyreek Hill is going to have 200 yards every game? Absolutely not.
Let me ask you this question. Do the Giants suck? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Well, there's been plenty of teams going 0-4. I could go. The most recent one is like the Texans went 0-4, made the playoffs. The Jets did it back in the day. The Chargers did it. The Bills did it. So you could go 0-4 and still make the playoffs.
100%. You also have a lot of teams that have key injuries coming into the season right now.
Yeah.
After week 4, week 5, when they come off the IR and they're healthy, that's a completely different team with one player. It could be, your defensive leader that's your quarterback of your defense. He comes in and that whole mentality changes.
Chris Jones, sorry.
Yeah.
But this week I heard people write off the Chiefs, write off Buffalo, Let's see, who the heck else did they write off? Well, they're writing off the Giants, but that's a given. Write off Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
These are ridiculous. How you writing off? Everybody's writing off the Vikings now. How do you? It's one. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. What was? So let me throw this out to everybody, to all of you, and everybody in the chat also. Yeah, I'm writing off the Packers. That's for sure.
Penguins gonna get you.
Did you see all those people in the bar in Green Bay, where the bar said that if Aaron Rodgers, if the Jets lose the game, drinks are on the house. So Rodgers went down after 4 plays, and these people went bananas drinking, and then the Jets ended up winning the game. So they all had bar tags.
Here's your tab.
Almost a riot. That's awesome. But what was the biggest? What do you think the biggest overreaction was from week 1 that each one of you has come across or heard someone say this past week?
I would definitely say that people are writing Cincy off. Joe Burrow is too good of a quarterback, too smart to let his team fail 17 games. It's not going to happen. He's going to get things corrected. The offense is going to come out better, and I think they start going on a nice run.
I think so. I really do. I mean, I don't know. That division's getting tough. Ravens might have something to say about that. The Browns are improving, but it's Cincy's to lose. There's no way they're going to lose that division.
The Browns are going to be a lot better than people are, and I'm not saying this because they beat the Bengals last week, but I think the Browns are going to be much better than people are thinking that they're going to be.
Well, I'm going to need them to start involving Njoku a little bit more because he's my tight end in my money league. So yeah, I need the points.
So, all right. So I'm glad you brought that up, and we'll get to baseball. And Lucha's got a good baseball update for us. That's Philly related also. In a few minutes, but fantasy. All right. So you're in a money league. What does that mean? You're paying money to get in this league, and then you win money at the end.
Yeah, it's a winner gets $30,000.
Okay. But look at the guys you roll with. What I didn't mention, I mean, he's got good friends that took.
Yeah, what's the buy-in? I want to know.
5,000.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. Wow, that's out of my range.
Yeah,
nice.
Coach rolls in circles that we don't, bro. Going up to the opening night in the Jets.
There you go.
What I didn't know until I saw his Instagram is the private jet that he flew up there on. I was like, man.
Yeah, I don't fly commercial anymore.
He's hanging with the Kardashians, this guy, huh?
My man.
But how upset? So how upset are these people now that are in these money fantasy leagues? That that went all in on, say, Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. How screwed are these people now? And how, because some of these, like, I play weekly fantasy. I play a week. I set a lineup. I set it on the toilet usually 5 minutes before the game start, and I just go, all right, let's see. I'll take this.
That's why you'll be in the toilet bowl at the end of the season.
McCaffrey, and then I only have like $4 left after McCaffrey. So whoever I can fit in with $4. I couldn't care. I mean, sure, it's nice to win, and if I ever win one of the weeks, you'll hear me bragging about it all week long. But some people are so crazy and so fanatical over this fantasy sports in general that I know that Play Action has a take on this, but to me, it just seems like 30 grand's 30 grand. All right, I get being invested in that, but people are playing for a trophy or a T-shirt, and it's like they eat, breathe, and sleep this nonsense.
It's bragging rights.
I see. Yeah, my take is I'm seeing fantasy fatigue all around, not just fantasy football. It's the rotisserie. It's just fantasy fatigue. And unless now Brent's in a whole different type of ball game, you buy into that. Yeah, you're invested, but you get these guys that are in these PPR leagues, and then they're sitting there bragging like, my receiver had six receptions last week. He only had 4, and this, and like, God, really? And then you dive into it like, yeah, I have a special teams too. What do you have a special team? I played some of these leagues. They're ridiculous. You got a defense and a special teams is separate. And then you got a coach. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I have just gotten fed up with this fantasy. I've been doing it since 94, and I have fatigue. That's my take, bro. I'm out.
So, Mr. $30,000 man over there, all right? Are you above getting in our Tony Bruno Nation weekly fantasy? It's $10. Winner takes all.
Sure, why not?
Get in there. I sent you the link. You guys got. If you didn't get in last week, I have no bragging rights, but neither does Tony Bruno. I think the fix was in somehow because the owner and president and founder of No Filter ended up winning the thing. But
it wouldn't let me do it for some reason. My location, I don't know why. So I'll try again.
That's kind of whack. But right now, so we've got it. It's a public contest, and we're gonna put it out for the public. The link all over the place. We just have to re-invite everybody that was in last week. But it's the Sunday games only because DraftKings is such a pain in the rear end. It's either you have to. They give you two options: Thursday to Monday, or just the Sunday games. What we want to do is leave out the Thursday game because it gives people time. People are busy.
Yes.
I mean, we can't launch it till Tuesday, and then the thing's going to start on Thursday. It's such a. But the good news, Brenton, I don't know how you feel about this. Next week, on the 18th or 19th, sports betting will be back in Florida for good.
I saw that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nice.
Yeah. That has got me incredibly excited. That's all I've been hearing. So you'll probably, in about 3 weeks, Brent, when you head out to Wellington every day and you go past the mall there on 441 in Forest Hill, just throw a couple of pennies in my cup, all right? Because remember, I do have a wife and kid, and I'll squeegee your windows or whatever I need to do. But,
Listen, I plan on winning that $550 million tonight.
is there 550 tonight? Oh,
Yeah, for
man.
Powerball.
I was busy planning the show, so you know you got to be a good friend. And,
If I win, I got you. I'll give you a couple mil.
Yeah, boy.
like 5, not a couple. A couple's not enough. Like 5.
wow, he's getting crazy.
Take me for a ride on your private jet.
I seen like 100,000.
Not
That's
my
it.
private jet.
Yeah,
I see like 100 grand. I'm good.
The people
Catch
I
me
roll
from the
with private
bills.
jet.
guys rolling around private jet. I can't even get my Capos jersey or helmet from last year.
The Campos jersey is in my truck. I was going to bring it to you, and I completely forgot.
Well, why don't you put it on the plane, and then I'll come pick it up there, and then we'll shoot out to Dallas and watch the Jets beat the Cowboys.
I don't want to go watch another Jets game.
Are you going to the Dolphins game this week?
Not this week, no. I actually have the Palm Beach Capos team meet and greet on Sunday.
Where do you guys do that? Chuck E. Cheese or like?
No, we're doing it at Drive Shack.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, see how athletic these guys are playing golf.
Oh, it's going to get competitive for sure.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of guys together in golf. Oh God, you get to play some skins. That's what I see that coming. Oh,
Brent, are you? I looked just real quick, and then we're gonna hit some baseball and get out of here. But I looked today or yesterday at the Dolphins schedule, and I was looking at tickets. What are they smoking?
It's because Tua is healthy. They know they're going to sell.
Dude,
A
they're
lot of
selling
games up.
seats that should cost $100 for $700, and that's not on the aftermarket. That's the Dolphin upper deck, $200. What are you out of your mind?
I know.
That's
There's
not.
a lot of excitement in Miami.
Yeah, until there's not. 3 weeks from now,
I got faith in my team.
who are they going to lose to first, AJ? I always listen to you.
You know what? Hang on, I can pull their schedule up right here. So I didn't get to the commercials, but my bookie, they sent me a whole schedule here with a whole book with the entire schedule. So look, it starts with the AFC East right here in the front. So let me no man. It goes
Now, as much as we don't listen to AJ, but when he says that kind of stuff, like key in on that stuff, like Jets Dallas one. Every time he says something like that, he gets it right. I'm like 99% of the time. Luch will tell you.
Oh, they'll lose on September 17th at 8:20 to New England.
No, they won't.
Wow.
And they won't lose to Denver because Russell Wilson will be busy kissing the babies. They'll lose at Buffalo. Good news is they'll beat the Giants. They'll beat Carolina. They'll probably beat Philly.
What?
Are they playing in Philly or in Miami?
It's in Philly, at Philly.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
That's a tough one.
We'll see. We'll revisit that one.
It's only October 22nd, so it's not.
You want to fly to Philly? Let's go watch that game up there.
You want to go watch the game in Philly?
I'll go to Philly.
Yeah, Philly's a lot rougher than the Meadowlands, though, bro.
I don't care.
There is.
All right.
He said he's not scared of anybody, so forget about it.
I don't know. They actually have a pretty easy schedule, the Dolphins do, when you look at it. I mean, New England, Denver, you got to go to Buffalo. I mean, you got the Giants, you got Carolina, you got Philly. In New England, you got Kansas City with a little cross on it. What does that mean? What is the cross?
What date is it?
It's no, it's 9:30 in the morning. It's got to be London game.
Oh, okay.
Or Germany game or something. They got Vegas. Who don't sleep on Vegas. I mean, just don't sleep on Vegas. I don't care. You can say whatever you want about Garoppolo, but the dude wins when he's healthy, and they're gonna roll off 9 or 10 wins this year.
They need more receivers to me.
Some guys just win, like Tim Tebow.
Sure.
Nobody wants the guy, but all he did was win. I mean, watching him was like watching a 12-hour college football game, but
don't talk bad about Tebow.
I'm not, but I'm saying he was good. It was boring to watch. There was no excitement or entertainment value there other than.
I just want to put this out there that I said that Anthony Richardson wouldn't do as bad as everyone thought he was going to do. And he kept his team in the game week 1. Just wanted to say that.
I know. He just ran it in himself. He's like, we don't need no Taylor.
They got Dallas on Christmas Eve. They got Baltimore on New Year's Eve. And then they got Buffalo last game of the season, huh?
I'm going to the Miami, the Jets game down here.
The Jets game down here November 24th. Are you going with your high roller buddies or are you slumming it with guys like me?
We're going to get a suite. You could come.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, will they let me in, your friends? I know your friends.
Yeah, they'll let you in.
You know that, like, you know what the most important thing in life is, right? There's 2 things that are super important in life.
What's that?
That you can't live without. No, that you can't live without.
Okay.
Air
and water.
And your buddies with the suite, they know I control their water, don't they? Exactly. Mm-hmm. Hey, so let's real quick, because we haven't talked about baseball in weeks. Coach, you want to hang for the next couple of minutes, or you want to dip out? I know you're not a baseball guy. Either way,
I'm not a baseball guy. I'll stick around. I don't care.
All right. Cool. We haven't talked about baseball, and really, I've been kind of, I checked in on baseball finally because all the new rule changes kind of drove me nuts, and I didn't want to watch. And I got involved, and the Phillies want to roll. Here's what I'm seeing in play action. You're going to be, and Luch, you're even going to be more because Luch works for the Phillies. We don't mention that enough that we have an insider with the Phillies. Luch works for them, but the Yankees, they're so bad, and the Yankees have the luck.
Makes me feel good.
Yeah, they have the luck of. Hey, and you know what? Real quick, while we're getting to baseball here, Ted Brooks, if you want to knock real quick, because you got a partner, you got a show. Your partner, he didn't do much of a promo, so if you want to come on, do a quick promo for the show tomorrow night, because all I know is you're doing a show tomorrow night. I don't know the name of the show. I don't know what time it is. I don't know any of that sort of stuff. But if you want to come on for like 60 seconds and talk about that. I know why Rico dipped out, because Rico bet me last week.
$1,000 that Colorado's not going to win more than 7 games.
Yeah, Colorado's going to be halfway there.
We don't want to hear the.
You're going to be at 3 this weekend.
Because he's got to take that heat. Uh-oh.
I think he picked Nebraska to beat Colorado, too, didn't he?
Did he? Oh.
I didn't have Nebraska, no.
Okay.
Did Rico have Nebraska, though?
I don't.
Yeah, I thought Rico picked Nebraska.
Oh, Rico? Maybe he did.
Ted, this guy's going to ruin your reputation. You know that, don't you?
We'll see. We're going to have fun. We're going to I like his take, and like I said, at the end of all of it, he'll be doing the mayo bath, and it'll be good entertainment for everyone.
He will. So,
But yeah, it was a good week last week. We both, I think, overall did well. I had the Lion. I think I might have swept the board last. I had a really good week. They're not always like that, so it was good.
when's the show? What's the name of the show? Is there a name of the show? Is there?
So
anything?
Rico picked the name Coverlicious.
Delicious.
And when he first said it, I was like, oh, but then I just let it marinate in my head for about 3 minutes. And, at the end of the day, it's all about covering. It's covering that spread. You don't have to win the game like that Titans pick. Titans didn't win the game, but they covered that spread. And that's all that matters.
I just got a song for you. I just found a song for you. It's like, so coverlicious. I keep my picks on lock. I mean, you can work with it if you want.
We'll try it out. AJ, I want to mention one thing while I'm on here. You mentioned baseball and how you're not watching it because of the new rules. The new rules have really, really been difficult to navigate when it comes to betting on baseball. It started a couple years ago when they started really cracking down on the pitchers using the sticky stuff. You would see pitchers actually were getting hurt because they were so used to using it and they stopped using it. And now you're seeing, it's like you're watching football. You're seeing scores 21-7, 21. I mean, these baseball scores, and I get why they do it. They want it to be entertaining for the fans. They want more hits, more runs. But I'm a pitching guy. Like, so much of my betting systems on baseball were based on pitching. And it's really hard to do that now. So baseball was tough this summer as far as betting goes. I mean, not cool. I guess eventually maybe we'll get used to it, but the scores, you still have great starting pitchers, but they still have these blow-up games that it seems like they didn't really have before. And just the 7 runs in an inning, it's just happening a lot more. And it's tough to navigate around when it comes to betting.
You're right, and you could see that in the run differential. Even a team that might be on the verge of making the wild card, say like Toronto, for instance, you're looking at I don't know if it was last I saw plus 62 runs. So that right there proves your point. I mean, the runs are way up. So I want to ask you, out of the rule changes, any one that is okay for you, or maybe you're okay with?
Well, the runner on second base in extra innings, that was a couple years back.
I like that rule.
I was going to say, I don't think that really affected things as much. It's really what they've done to the pitchers. I mean, it used to be a pitcher's game way more than it is right now. And when it comes to betting, that's how we structured our bets in baseball. And we killed it for years, and we did not kill it this year in baseball. We didn't have a losing record, but it just became very hard. And then, I guess one thing that you can do if you're going to have a lot more -1.5 victories. So in baseball, you can play the run line -1.5, which means they have to win by 2 or more. Seems like back in the day before the changes, you had a lot of 1-run victories. Now you're getting a lot of multiple run victories, like Play Action was saying with the run differential. So maybe playing those run lines is back in the day, the +1.5 was a really good bet. Now it seems like the -1.5 is a much better bet when you have a good mismatch.
Hey, let me ask you this. We got you on, and just real quick, plug the time of the show and everything tomorrow, but give me one NFL. Give me one because last week I started 0-2. So obviously the Juju's are not flowing right now like they were last season. And I screwed up because the first rule is don't bet emotionally. And I know your rule about parlays, but I parlayed a big parlay on Colorado and then FAU.
Well, you were half right. When I came on this show last week, I said I didn't like what I saw from FAU in their first game. They should have beat that team by more points. So I was not surprised at all by the result there. As far as NFL, I think last week when I have the Bucks and the Falcons and the Lions, but I don't like a lot of NFL this week. I have one game that I love, and it's the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow, just like Coach was saying, has a big bounce back week. He's the type of player where he's not going to have that 2 weeks in a row, right? Every good player has that one bad week, and what makes the great players is they come back next week and bounce back. And the Ravens have a lot of hype. Not saying they're bad, they're a great team, but I think since he has a huge bounce back, Dobbins obviously out for the year now, so a lot of pressure going to be on Lamar. Zay Flowers is great, fantastic to watch, but I think the Bengals get this one.
What time is the show tomorrow night?
8:00. We're going to be talking our picks from last week. We're going to be talking what we like this week. We're going to be going over some do's and don'ts of sports betting. We're going to be showing some cool videos, funny videos, inspirational videos, put a few videos together from last week, and we're going to give some picks, obviously.
All right, can you do me a favor? Can you relay a message to your friend from me? I'm offering him a buyout or a cash out, I think is what they call it. I'm offering $350. He can cash out right now on the Colorado over under 7.
Wow.
So for $350,
that's a deal.
You guys bet $1,000 on it, right?
Yeah, he opened his mouth. I wasn't going betting anybody anything, but he said, how many they win? I just pulled a number out of my rear end. I said 7, and then he got all aggressive with it. And that big cowboy hat makes him feel tough, I guess. I don't know what it is there. But I'd have to take another look at the schedule. I don't think, like, they face USC, Oregon. Those are going to be tough games. They're not going to win those games, in my opinion.
No.
But, I think they should get the 7. I'd probably cash out for $350.
You think I should up it? Yeah, you're right. You know, $450. I'll cash him out for $450. If you want to relay that to him, and
that's still decent. Yeah, he should take that.
He definitely.
Yeah, I mean, because what do they have? 10 games left, and they have to win basically. Well, what happens if it hits 7? I mean, if it hits 7, do you guys push? No.
He said, how many will they win? I said 7, and he said, no, they won't. So 7's the winner.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying, Pac-12's good this year. I mean, these Pac-12 teams all look good. Washington, I don't know if they play Washington, but Washington, USC, Oregon. It's going to be, even Washington State looks okay. I mean, I think, but there's a special thing going on there right now. The interesting thing to me is Coach. I mean, it's way too early to be discussing this, but how long is he going to stay in college? When is he going to try his skill at the NFL, or is he just a college coach? Some guys are just.
I say stick there.
Yeah, his attitude's not going to work with the pros.
Yeah.
No, he can't.
It's health either. He's not going to be able to be a pro coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you're saying because of his foot situation?
Yeah, not just his foot. He had the blood clot back, in June? And his leg. He's got the 2 missing toes. He told the Colorado students that they couldn't rush the field because he wouldn't be able to make it across. There's a lot there, and there's no telling what a full season.
He looks like he's in great shape. What is? I mean, I don't really know. Like, what's going on with his body? Why? Does he have a disease or something?
I'm not sure.
It's just weird because, like, you see all these coaches. You got these. Some of them are fat slobs now from the time when they were players, and I mean, I think of what's the one guy's name? He used to coach for Notre Dame. Anyway, neither here nor there. But this guy is, compared to when you look at a slate of coach, this guy's in playing shape. I mean, he's jacked up, and it's like weird that out of all the coaches that have an issue moving around the field, it's him.
I honestly think it's because, I mean, you got to think he put his body, he destroyed his body between football and baseball.
Yeah.
There's no telling what happened in baseball, getting stepped on and things like that. What could have caused, broken bones or deteriorated, tendons and things like that. I'm not sure what caused his health issues though, but I do know that you definitely can see it when he's walking on the sideline.
Yeah, no, he still has it. He still has issues with his foot. He's obviously missing toes, so I guess that's a good point. But yeah, it's going to be impressive to see what he does. I think they would. I think they get 7 though.
I can't get enough of Coach Prime. I honestly can't. All I heard about his toes was that there's something was going on, and he had
Blood
the
clots.
choice: go to the doctor or go to a football game with his players, go coach, whatever the heck it was, at practice. And
And he went to practice.
he chose football, and he ended up losing the toes because of that. That's all I know. Ted, will you be able to get any lines on the Capos game next season?
I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't think so.
Well, if I can set the lines, will you at least handicap them? I know you don't like that word, but can you? We'll get to the
I
point.
need data. I need data.
I'll
So
get you the data.
if Coach can get me some sheets of data from the last few years from all the teams, and see the big issue is I'll call it handicapping. A lot of our handicapping is based off of what the market makers market makers is the new school now that sports betting is legal. Market makers is like the new school term for odds makers. But it depends on what the market makers do. So, the fact that there have never been lines before, it'd be really hard. It would be really, really hard to do it. You would need a couple years of lines and of betting, and then you can kind of start to dissect what happens. But
I'm gonna be putting out lines.
it would be possible. I mean, you could spend 8 hours a day watching film and watching footage, but without line history and without the odds, knowing what odds makers are going to think about it, no money to be made.
Yeah, I don't think there's a market for the Palm Beach Capos betting.
You got to think big, buddy. You got to think big. All right, so 8:00 tomorrow night. Ted, one last thing. All right, thanks for jumping in here. But with everything, your visual tonight scaring me, man. You got like obviously the Al Qaeda beard. We've spoken about that, but you've got.
I'm on my iPhone, so it's longer.
You got the green fatigues, and it looks like a dog chain around your neck there, like your dog tags, and I don't know what you're up to.
This shirt is it's a Lululemon type of shirt, but I got it from Costco. I do most of my shopping nowadays for clothing from Costco. This shirt, you get this in a 2-pack, comes in a black and a green for $15, so $7.50 a shirt, and it's my favorite shirt.
Hell yeah. I love Costco clothes. And if I see another person with the same shirt, I'm like, Costco for life. And then we're going to be old.
Man, they're comfortable.
They have the Greg Norman shorts that are like half gym short, half golf short. Like if you wear a polo with them, they look like a golf short, but then you can put this on, they look like a gym short. So it's good stuff.
All right, guys, you're embarrassing me with this Costco. Look up there flies on a private jet, and you guys are talking about your Costco shirts.
Hey, that's how you afford the private jet. You wear Costco shirts. All right, guys.
What up, Kirkland?
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, man. Good looking.
All right, hey, real quick on our baseball update here. All right. So the last time I checked, the Phillies were rocking. Trey Turner turned it around. I suggested that Philly fans on Twitter last night or the night before give the bullpen and the starting rotation the same standing ovation they gave to Trey Turner because it obviously worked, and their pitching is just falling apart right now. Hopefully they get it together. But the good news is long-term for the Phillies. I'm talking long-term. I'm talking seasons to come. The outlook looks bright because we're gonna get a Phillies High A update from the Jersey Shore Blue Claws, where Luch sees every home game up close and personal. And what's they're still playing, huh, Luch?
They are done. Yeah, they're done with the regular season right now, but they made the playoffs. How they do it is the first half of the season. Whoever wins the first half of the season is automatically makes the playoffs, which is the New York Yankees affiliate, the Hudson Valley Renegades. And the second half of the season, the Jersey Shore Blue Claws, who are the Phillies affiliate, they made the playoffs. They won the second half, so now they're playing the Yankees affiliate, Hudson Valley. They won their first game. It's a best out of 3. And they're at Hudson Valley on Thursday and Friday. So if the Jersey Shore Blue Claws win one of those 2 games, they go to the championship game. And the Jersey Shore Blue Claws. They haven't won it since 2010, I think it is. So they definitely had a great season this year. They got a lot of really good players coming up through the system. One notable guy you guys may know, his father, Carl Crawford.
Yeah.
The name sound familiar?
Yeah.
And then he's got his cousins in the is in the major leagues now, JP or PJ Crawford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were related. Okay.
Yeah, there's another. This guy's Justin Crawford. They actually had, not to get into it too much, but LeBron James's film crew was there, and they were filming him, and they were doing a documentary on him. So, they're looking at him. He was a number one pick for the Phillies, I think, in 2022. So, yeah, they're right there, man. They're
part of the call-ups or anything, or September call-ups? Is he going to be part of the September call-ups, or he's just too young?
Nah, he's too young right now. Yeah,
that's cool.
He may get bumped up. He just came up from Clearwater. I think it's Pressures.
Yeah.
So, but he's going to make his way up pretty quick, I think.
Luch, how was this as a job this summer, working for the Blue Claws? Is it cool being at the games, or you don't really get to watch the games because you're busy? And you do security, so how many drunks do you have to rough up and throw out of that place? You need Brent. Brent was in Jersey the other day. I mean,
Well, listen, I had to separate two 10-year-olds the other day.
Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding. No, it's not too bad, really. It's a good job. I get to talk to some of the scouts coming in and checking out, the teams and stuff. And, we're not really supposed to talk to the players too much. I get to see the players, and I get to see, the up close and personal. But, and the Phillies, the owner of the Phillies came in one or two nights. So that's, it's kind of cool to see those guys come in, and it's not too bad.
And Luch is going to be, coming up here now as we roll into the fall. Luch is going to be bringing us all of our hockey updates or our Ranger updates. I mean, that's Luch's. The Coach Brent, he's got his thing. Luch has got his thing. Play Action has his thing. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. But
that's all good.
But yeah, we got a lot of. So look, we ran long, and I apologize, Luch and Brent, and for keeping you guys on the hook a little bit longer. But I couldn't. I mean, if you were in my shoes and Play Action shoes, you wouldn't have cut those guys short.
Absolutely.
No.
We could have stayed on with Gerard drawn friggin' all night long. But we had Jay.
He was the best. He was so good.
Long. Yeah, both of those guys. They're just
down
to earth dudes, man.
Both those guys just smart, intelligent. I mean, it just shows you good heads on their shoulders, and it's okay that we didn't get to the Mexican alien story. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. The list is
Definitely gonna
we didn't get to.
Definitely be watching some FAU football. That's for sure.
Yeah. What do you guys, Coach? How the spread the last time I looked was FAU was getting 25 points this week. Do they? What do you think? Did they cover? Or you're not tuned in enough, dialed in enough on FAU to know?
I haven't really been paying attention to FAU.
What's wrong with you?
I'm a Gators fan.
You're all fancy going to the jet games and your private jet and all that sort of stuff. That's how it is.
No, I'm just a Gators fan.
Yeah. I used to be a Capos fan, but then I looked over at my my trophy case and I don't see a helmet or a jersey or anything. So.
Oh, fire! Shots fired.
Oh, let me. There are a couple of things that I need to. I have so many TVs and cameras and stuff going here. That's why you see me looking in the wrong direction. I apologize. I don't know which one we're broadcasting from. Bruno Nation Fantasy Football Contest. Coach Brent said he's going to get in. So you're going to go against a football coach and the all-time voice of Madden friggin' video game football. It's $10 to get in. Winner takes all. It's not a $30,000 prize yet, but if we get 200 people in as the weeks roll on, 200 times 10 is was that $2,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, so $2,000. I mean, I know that's chump change to the coach, but
not chump change for me.
You can tip do you tip the stewardesses on the private jets or no?
There's no stewardess. I'm my own stewardess.
Oh, but that's
they're called flight attendants.
It's not that big of a jet. It's like a 6-seater.
You can reach over for the drinks like that.
That wasn't the first time you flew private, was it? I'm
I only
guessing.
fly private.
Okay. You remember the first time?
Yeah, I flew on a G4.
How cool was it?
That was with rap. That's when I was protecting rappers. So that sucked.
Yeah,
Not
that
gonna
sounds
say
like
the name of who it was, but they were an absolute a-hole.
that sounds like a whole show in itself, right there, man.
I've got some stories from back then. Oof. No, but the G4 was nice. I mean, it was a good sized plane. That had a stewardess on it.
Nice. Flight attendant. You gotta watch out.
Private jet, they called a stewardess.
Oh, I didn't know. See? All right. I stand correct. I love it.
I flew private twice. Both time were with dogs. One time you remember
rescue?
Blackie? Yeah, do you remember Blackie? Were you around? Yeah, we were trying to get this dog a home for years. And we got him a home in Vegas, but the dog was old and like doing a road trip cross country would have been too much. And I would never fly a dog on commercial airlines. So we raised some funds and then me and Blackie flew to Vegas private. And I remember it was crazy cool because I flew home from Vegas the next day first class. And all I remember thinking was, oh my God, this fucking first class.
The perks of flying private outweigh anything about commercial flights. Like, I've flown first class. It's great. You're still on the plane with 100-something other people. You get served some crappy food. You got to deal with airport security. You got to wait for your bags. Private jet, you pull up to the airport. They open the gate. You pull up to the plane. They unload your bags. They put it on the plane. You walk on the plane and leave. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
the way it should be.
Crazy cool. And the other time that I flew private, not that anybody really cares, but I'm gonna tell you because it's my show and that's what I can do. Is, a hurricane when we were up in Philly, and my dogs were down here, and Hurricane Irma was supposed to be the end of the world. And I was thinking I didn't have time to rent a car and do all that crap to get the dogs out, so I scraped up $20K and rented a plane, came down, got the dogs, flew them out, and then a little bit of wind came through and like 2 leaves had to get brushed out of my driveway afterwards. And but still, I got
chairs fell over.
Yeah, no, the chairs didn't even fall over. But,
I'll put this out there. If I win Powerball tonight, I will buy a jet for Bleacher Brothers.
Oh, dude.
Boom.
Hey, what if we act like rappers? Was it Flo Rida that you were?
No, Flo Rida's actually.
Well, we'll be nice. We won't be a-holes.
Hey, FAU, this Saturday night against Clemson. We want to thank Jarron Morris for coming on with us. Chase Brooks, Friday night at if you're local, go check it out at the Sport of Kings Theater. Look,
yep.
If you don't want to wait around and watch the other undercard fights, you can go over and bet the simulcast from Hollywood Park.
He's going for that freedom title, then the WBC after that.
He is. He was absolutely great. Tomorrow night, what is it? Bootylicious? Oh, Coverlicious. and that other guy with the cowboy hat who owes me the money.
Yep.
8:00 tomorrow night. BleacherBrothers.com, guys. Our content creators are banging out really good content day in, day out. Captain Ron, Barracuda, Uncle Rico.
Rockin' Reese.
Yeah, Reese, Luker, Duncan Dad, Play Action Reel. Everybody's picking their teams, Coach, and they're writing every week like a game recap or something. So, we can't find anyone that actually likes the Dolphins. So,
oh, no. Here it comes.
They hate us because they hate us.
Also, the Bleacher Brothers shop. You can get your official Tony Bruno gear, you Bleacher Brothers gear. You're doing it live. We got American Freedom Collection. The Deplorable Collection is dropping pretty soon right here. You're gonna like the Deplorable Collection if you have half a brain in your head. There's some really funny, cool stuff. Follow us. Our TikTok, and thanks to Coach for all the content from the Jets game, but also to Rob Shumay from the content at Michigan. The TikTok users liked the Jet stuff we posted. They loved the Michigan stuff we posted, the Bengals stuff. So we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Check us out. What else? The Last Call Friday nights after the Tony Bruno show. You got Play Action Reel, who you did a fantastic job tonight, man. I would do this with you every single day, except we're not going to be able to feed our families if we do that. So
I hear you. I'll be back.
It was a lot of fun, man. The Last Call, Play Action Reel, The Dunkin' Dad, Penguin AZ, and they revolving cast of characters on that show. Retro Ads on Monday nights with Play Action Reel and Stephen Luke. He's like the Ryan Seacrest of Bleacher Brothers now. He's on.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
And of course, the Tony Bruno Show on Friday nights. And stay tuned for info on Bruno Nation coming up. Capo season coming up soon. That's it. Luch, Brent, Play Action. Thank you. Great show. Fantastic guest. Good content. And we'll be back next week with more crappy content, I guess.
Great job, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna do a
Good
show
night.
Yes.
just hearing Brent's stories with the rappers.
Huh?
We get that.
One night, just hearing your rapper stories on the private
Oh,
jets.
no. Please, no. Please,
All
no.
right.
I'm gonna throw some bows. Mr. Elbows.